Hey, everybody, I'm Mike.
I'm Tim.
I'm Eric.
Yes.
And I'm Nick.
And this is the Board Game Rundown. Welcome to Whiskey Wednesday. And say hi, everybody, to the return of the guys from Keybee Games. Guys, it is great to have you on once again. How we doing?
Doing
It's a
great.
pleasure. Doing great. Honored to be the first live asked guest appearance on Board Game Rundown.
Yeah, we got you. It's sort of like, okay, so is he going to be a turd and like turn us down publicly, or did we coerce him into showing up? No, super excited to actually be on the stream at the same time as Eric for a change.
Go play those lotto tickets, and it's a pretty lucky evening.
That's right, except for Bob. Poor Bob.
I know. Yeah, we can never get all three of you. The universe would collapse if we were on with all three of you.
That's right.
We should probably provide some context. So first of all, Bob won't be here because he lost power. And unfortunately, he's the only one in his neighborhood without power. This is not storm related. This is roof repair related. So
yeah,
Bob tried. He picked up the phone a lot and nobody would come out and do the repair tonight, unfortunately. So
and there were about 1 million text messages between the three of us today, going back and forth about it and everything.
Yeah.
Well, really between Mike and Bob, and I was in a
for
bunch of meetings. Yeah.
Get those roof guys to pay for it. That's their fault.
And I thought Mike was going to go out and pick it. Like he was advocating hard.
Yeah. And the other context of why we've never had like all of us in one space. Well, the first time we had Eric on, and that was Origins, the week after Origins 2024.
I think so, yeah.
Tim had something going on, and I don't think Bob was a regular on Whiskey Wednesday yet.
Just me and Mike.
So I was like, okay, I don't have a co-host. Hey, Eric, we just met at Origins finally after playing your game, the Origins before, and said, hey, come on, but you were not on when Tim was on. And then I think the last time it was Eric and Nick, but then again, no Tim, but we had Bob. So we have never been able to get all five of us in one.
Part of the problem is the thing you got to know about Keybee Games is if you boo them at one Gen Con, they put it in their writer that like that asshole that booed me, like never again. Never again. So I've learned my lesson. I've made my apologies. So I've really just tried to make amends, and I'm going to try to not, set us back in this relationship again tonight. So I'm going to try really hard.
And in fairness, I don't think you booed Keybee Games. I think you specifically just booed me personally.
That I do believe that is factual, but then I was assaulted by Nick later. He's like, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. And what's crazy is I don't even think he was there, and he just like appeared. So what kind of voodoo is this? I don't know, but it terrified me, frankly. No, actually, I love you guys so much, and that's just a testament to like what a great relationship we have with you guys. It's like I barely knew Eric. But I showed my true colors when he won, and I couldn't help myself because I treated him like I would have treated any of my friends that I've known for ages, and just started booing him immediately. And then realized, oh, Tim, maybe don't do that to people that don't know like what a jackass you are. And thankfully, you took it in stride, and we've been super cool ever since.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what's a good boo between friends, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly right. Exactly right. Oh, don't restrain your punches. Mike and Tim can take it. Yeah, Steph, you're right. I will say in this case, though, Mike doesn't deserve it. And I definitely do. I will trust me. I'll throw Mike under the bus when he deserves it.
True. We got plenty of comments so far, so we should probably catch up on all of those.
Hey, Brandon.
We got Brando, the fellow Michigander, in the chat.
Woo.
We got
what's he doing in Colorado?
He's working. He had to fly out there for training.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
We got
Good
fellow
for him.
Keybee game designer
Oh,
Alicia in the house.
here's somebody. Now I really have to behave because Mama B is in the house. And we look, we know who runs Keybee.
Oh, that's
so
for sure.
We got Carlos in the house. I guarantee you he will drop multiple heavy questions on you guys while you're here tonight. I'll be disappointed if he doesn't. Always brings the
no
heat.
pressure, Carlos.
Jazz
What
is
up,
here
Jazz?
as usual. We got both of the Rossies with us. Good to see you guys.
Yeah, we got the good Rossi and the other Rossi.
To bring things full circle here, we met the Rossies at the Origins where we played Relative Space for the first time, and they were part of that dev session, a story we still chat about today.
It's one of my best stories ever, and I was so excited when we got to do this topic that it's like, oh wow, like I can list myself as a co-designer.
I checked BGG, Tim, and there's some credits that are definitely missing in your and our favor. So, at
well,
least
if we can include unpublished co-designs, and my entire list is going to change real fast.
Sweet, hell yeah.
We got Steph saying hi on the other side of the world. Always good to see that. Probably drinking the morning coffee. And we got the Googs in the house.
Googs
is adjacently responsible for bringing all of us together.
Directly.
I wouldn't say adjacently. He is directly responsible.
Directly responsible. Yes. And I mean this as a compliment, but Googs is responsible for so many good things in my life. Only like 7 bad things, but like everything else, really good. I'm spicy today, guys. It's been a week at work, so I apologize in advance.
It's been a day.
It is only Wednesday, Tim.
Bro.
I was trying not to compliment Mike too much. I was intentionally trying to throw shade there. So, yes, that is literally where we all met because of your guys' game. So there you go. And because of Goog. So good stuff. And now I have been to the KeebeeCon venue.
Yeah. He was a featured guest Monday night.
Yeah.
The crazy thing, though, is I'm not going to be convinced for a while that Mike hasn't been replaced like Stepford Wives style, because now he's going to come in and like robotically just endorse everything Keybee and talk about how he loves yellow and black are like his favorite color, and and like all this weird stuff. Like, Mike, you've never talked about gold and black like being important colors to you ever. This is a brand new thing.
He's saying that because he knows I'm a Purdue grad. So
what? No, that's the brainwashing talking.
Yeah, okay.
I hear it. The excuses.
Just takes a couple of cocktails.
Well, it's true. He is a cheap date. That's for sure.
That's true. And he makes a damn good homemade old fashioned. Over here use these like cheap mixes, and he's like, I got my homemade simple syrup over here, and I'm like, how do you do that? I have no idea. And he explained it, sounded easy, and made me look like a fool.
I'm not going to lie. My wife said I'm not allowed to have friends like you guys anymore because I'd get in trouble.
That's the goal, Tim.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. You ended up, you confirmed last week that you were going to come on the show. And I'm like, wait a second. Eric lives up there somewhere. I'm going to find out where. Because
the great white north.
And come to find out, I've been literally working in Eric's backyard. And what I mean is my new job is landscaping. I was mowing his yard. I did some edging. How's that new flower bed?
Yeah, no, we need to talk after this, Mike. There's some work that needs to be done.
Also, Mike, they want to address some
tulips.
There's some dress code issues with the clothing you're wearing or not wearing while doing the yard work. Also an issue. HR called.
Yes. So literally been working apparently 10 minutes from Eric's house, and it's like, hey, let's play some games. So we did that on Monday, and it was a great time.
Yeah, it's tremendous.
So super jealous of that. I'm really glad you did that though, Mike.
Yeah.
Well, if you're ever working up here, then you're more than welcome, Tim. You have the open invite.
Do you guys have a White Castle in Detroit? Maybe I could just like
plenty.
There's plenty. Yeah.
Yeah.
justify like look, I got to go see this White Castle. I don't work for White Castle or anything like that. Just, excuse.
Well, I actually did work for White Castle. I'm like, hey, I'll do this edging if you throw in a tin sack. And
Yeah,
like, all right, I'll get that door dashed. So, all right. So you guys, we've been talking about relative space, adjacent stuff here. Why don't you guys actually tell us about relative space, since you guys co-designed it, which is why that is our topic tonight.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, sure. So Relative Space is our 2 to 10 player family card game that's coming out summertime. I'm thinking Gen Con is the last we've heard. So early August, late July timeframe of when that'll be available. It's our first design at Keybee Games, first of many coming out. Plays in about 15 minutes. In a similar way to, if you know how to play Uno, you know how to play Relative Space. Essentially, you're playing cards to either single pile or multiple piles, one card per turn, trying to play a card that's higher value than what's in the current pile now. Only caveat is that if you can't play something, you got to pick that stack up and refill your pyramid stack in front of you. It's called your stash. It's themed that you're a family on a space vacation, and like all families on vacation, you're fighting each other, all trying to get your personal belongings into the escape pods first. So that way you can get your stuff to freedom rather than getting everybody off to safely, as families tend to do.
Yeah, I've heard this described as a galactic cruise, but fun. Is that not? No. Is that? I think Nick was saying that earlier.
Wow.
In the pre-chat.
That's how I sell
Nick's address and phone number is. No. Those guys are great guys.
Yes.
Completely different. They just both happen to be in space. Yeah. No. Man, what a fun game that is. I cannot wait. And that's just going to direct sale, or is that going to crowdfunding? Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's direct to retail. So that'll be able to be pick up at Gen Con.
That is what is $80 retail?
No, 20 to 20. And then I think the plan is to have a pre-order site before then. And if you pre-order from 3rd World Studios directly, you will get a promo pack of cards, 10 cards that are unique, that are not found in the normal game. So some pretty exciting stuff in those promo cards that we're really excited about. But the art's coming together really well. Very, very excited about this. This has been quite a project of ours. So it's cool to see it come to life.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah.
Especially with all the friends involved with it. Not only our own personal friend group who had such a great hand in getting the original prototype together, but then, like you said, Goog's taking it on, showing it to you guys without us being there, and you guys sitting there doing a dev session and then getting to meet you the next night is still top 5 moment for me. So it was awesome.
I mean, all jokes aside, you guys did a great job, and we had a great time playing this. Like no joke. Like I will be stupid and sarcastic all night. But playing your game and being involved in that definitely goes down as one of my greatest board game experiences. Because of the people, but that's the great thing about board games, right? Is like what it does and that fellowship and the camaraderie. But it's even better when the game was actually fun, and we got to, mess around and tinker with it a bit. So, but you guys did a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's it's intention of the game. It really is one of those games that I won't say depends on the people you're playing with, but can really thrive if you've got a really good group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love board game experiences where there's lots of strangers talking trash to each other also. As we're kind of screwing each other over, right, with the card play. What are you doing? No.
That was one of the cool features of Gen Con last year when we had the demo table, is me and Nick sat in on a few of the demos that were happening, and didn't let the people know that we were the designers, and we played a couple of rounds, and then we'd let them know afterwards. But no, it was quite a cool time seeing people feel like they had an edge or feel like they were about to win, and somebody else stop out, and kind of groups forming that way. It was really cool.
Nice.
Brandon, it sounds like Gen Con of this year. So
Yes.
if you are still going like you had planned, then you should be able to get a copy at the 3rd World Studios booth.
Yeah,
Brandon,
booth,
you and I, if you don't have it, I'll have it and we'll play it together because I know I'll be hanging out with you guys.
But you should both buy it.
I agree. I agree.
But yeah, Gen Con booth, 3WS or 3rd World Studios, depending on what name they're going under. And then obviously there will be a pre-order site that'll be available before that.
Yeah.
If you want to secure a copy.
Yeah. And obviously I would just say stay tuned to your favorite YouTube channel. And then when they don't cover it, come to Board Game Rundown and we will tell you, how and when and where to get it. Because that's what we do.
Carlos already bringing the heat. I did warn you.
Mike, you challenged him. He stepped up.
You're right. We're just getting started. Tip of the iceberg for him. What does co-design actually mean to you? Is it just two names on the box or is there something deeper going on?
Ooh, that's a good question. Nick, you start with that one.
Yeah, so I did look a little bit deeper on this than just the two names. I actually really, when looking at co-designed, I like a lot of my picks. They either like started a publishing company together. It's a husband and wife. It's people who have been doing this for a while and have had a relationship with each other, not just have designed maybe just a game or partnered up for one game to co-design. So that was some of the like extra stipulation that I had when looking at a co-design game. So it's just something that I really have enjoyed with Eric. I mean, Eric and I have known each other since middle school. And so, yeah. So just having a deeper relationship and being able to have that kind of bond to create together is something really neat. And it's fun to see that happen throughout the industry with other designers as well. Seeing that just a very meaningful process, getting to create something and bring it to life. So
what I think is amazing and unique that you guys do, whether this is intentional or unintentional, is like having the design house, right? Like that you guys kind of have, right? You know, because you heard about that with like Prospero Hall, right? You know, and there's been some other like, the op kind of has, like a design team.
Flat out.
They might have like a lead designer, but they're all kind of, everybody there has got their hands on it, and everything. And but I don't think anybody has that dynamic like you guys do and that approach that you guys do. Because a lot of times when there's like husband and wife or siblings that are like co-designers, they're also like the publisher. You know what I mean? Like they've worked out, like they're doing that. And you guys have this approach that is like totally different. Like we're gonna make these games and we're gonna pitch them, and they're gonna, we're putting this out there and somebody's gonna grab it and like carry it across the goal line. Right. And I don't know. I just think that's really interesting and what a unique approach. But it obviously seems like it's working because you've got, a couple of games coming down the pipe. So. I don't know. I just wanted to point that out as like something that separates you guys kind of from everybody else.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that because it is intentional. It is something like we sat down and defined, hey, like if we're going to start to do this, we're really going to take the swing at showing our ideas off to a publisher. What do we want that to look like? And do we have any interest ever of becoming somebody who'd publish something? And very quickly we were like, absolutely not. That's not what interests us at all. We want to be really good at designing a game and then handing it off to somebody who's really good at doing that end. We have no aspirations for logistics, no aspirations for dealing with shipping or our customer service on the Kickstarter end, or putting a whole bunch of money up to get an artist before you even have anybody saying they want your game. None of that interest. That was way too scary and way too risky for us. And we were like, that's not really beyond that. That's not why we got into doing what we're doing. So
right. Well, and you guys heard it here first. Keybee bad customer service.
Exactly.
What I heard.
No media training whatsoever.
Right.
But like in all seriousness, though, there's so many publishers that have put out games that I absolutely love, including one of my all-time favorite games. Great game designers, terrible business people. And not to say you guys are terrible business people.
Oh no,
like,
we know that about ourselves, Tim.
Yeah.
but it's more of just like that self-awareness of like, look, this isn't an undertaking we're interested in. You know what I mean? And so, you know, some companies and some of these people unfortunately get a bad rap because they're very well intentioned.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's they bit off more than they could chew. They just weren't ready, you know, whatever. It could be 1,000 different things. But your all's approach is so unique, but at the same time, super smart, right? Like and if you can do it, like brilliant, you know, and that's the trick, you know, is if you got a good idea and you're going to take a big swing, how do you execute it?
Right.
And I don't think enough people ask, what is my goal? Like, what's our, because it's very easy to go, yeah, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. But like, you're not necessarily thinking about like, what does that finish line look like? So
I appreciate that you guys are well intentioned and have a plan and have so far executed it. I find that admirable.
Well, I appreciate that. That's again, we sat down to do that, and it's kind of hitting on that. That's one of the things we do with our designs too. Is we actually like wrote down, hey, what's a Keybee? What makes a Keybee game? Like, what is our design philosophy? And then like going back to that has helped. Like when we're stuck with the game, we either A, take a break from it because that's the best advice you can give, or B, look at the design philosophy. Like what question are we answering? Is this doing what we said we wanted to start out to do? And then either A, does the game need to change, or does our philosophy need to change?
Sure. Now, Nick, we have muted Eric so he can't hear what you're saying.
Perfect.
But like, how has it been working with the anchor, you know, an albatross around your neck, you know, a 6'8" blonde-haired albatross that's just like constantly pulling you down, like you've got these great ideas, and then you've got this lurch hanging out over there, gatekeeping all the great ideas, you know what I mean, stopping you, holding you back. How's that been overcoming all of those challenges?
Yeah. And actually, it's kind of funny. I think it more often is the other way around.
Oh, damn it.
Eric very much is, I mean, he's got a million ideas, and the guy just is in endless motor. And so often I'm the one having to reel him in or bring him to reality in some of the things. And so yeah, and it's a nice Evan, you know, push and pull here, and it's been fun to find out, you know, just even like as friends, it's another aspect of our friendship that to find what it is to have kind of a working relationship in doing this. I've learned a lot about communication, and oftentimes a lot of our designing is over a chat and with a text and kind of theorizing in our heads before we put pen to paper. And so that's been really helpful to kind of have that kind of backing and trust in one another from a friendship for a long time. And then just kind of finding new avenues of that. It's been a really exciting experience. So.
Awesome. We got a frozen Tim.
I was wondering.
That's okay. I wanted to.
He was very intently
stunned by that response, Nick. Is what's happening. You have shocked him. But Carlos with another great question here. We'll hit that one up. What do you think co-design games tend to be more or less ambitious than solo efforts?
So I hate this answer, but I'm going to say it anyways. It depends on the game. Really, like there are some games that me and Nick design, and I think he would totally agree with me, that are not ambitious, that are just kind of solving a very small problem. But again, we're very intentional with like, what are we trying to accomplish with this game? Some of our games, I will say this, actually all of our games, could not have been done without the both of us. I say this all the time when people are like, "Oh, you're co-designers." I think the two of us together make a good or a decent game designer. I don't think either of us alone make that. And so I think some of our games have tons of ambition, are doing something totally new where we sought to do something, hey, I've never seen this in the industry. And then some of them are, I see this in the industry all the time. What does a Keybee version of that look like? And so I think it really depends rather on the game rather than just kind of everything co-designed would be more ambitious or less. Not a great answer, I guess, but that's how I see it.
I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. I think it does kind of depend on the game and the situation, who's publishing it. I can see there being a different factor for each one of them. You're not wrong, Ginger. I'll probably go back and screenshot that one.
For sure.
We're halfway there. Yeah. We're probably halfway through with our introduction because of how quick we are. And what's up, Andrew? Always good to see you, buddy.
Hello.
Where was I gonna go? Well, I'm gonna wait on Tim first. There we go.
Hey,
So for those that want to make sure they know where to find Keybee games, let's make sure they know all the places to find you guys. You guys do have an Instagram, and I appreciate you linking the stream. Even threw out a picture of this ugly guy playing one of their prototypes. Yeah, which was a blast, by the way. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about this, but I will just say it's a dice trick-taking game, which I played Mythical Dice for the first time last year. Absolutely love that game, and this one thoroughly enjoyed it. Cannot wait to see this hit the finish line and become a real thing too. And of course, you can follow them on as I'm getting messages. Follow them on Facebook as well. Which once again, you guys well, I almost said retweeted.
Hey, Mike. I was going to ask before my internet died on me. I was going to ask one question before we segue into the topic, real quick. This actual real question. Have you guys ever had one of you like has there been a battle where you're like, no, this game needs to have this, and you've been like, at odds, like there's a darling that one of you felt like you needed to kill, get rid of it. Has there ever been anything like that?
I would love to answer, but I do have to say I now know why they call you Timbot, because every other syllable you were.
Oh no!
It was great.
Yes. Took the words out of my mouth. You truly sound like a Timbot now.
And Nick may remember differently than I remember a different instance, but the one that immediately comes to mind was a design we have called Rolling Dough. It's a polynomial game that you're filling tins, Christmas cookie tins with cookies. And the way you determine what cookies are on offer is you physically roll a rolling pin, and it has like dice on it, polyhedral dice. And I was thoroughly convinced that if you made this object, it would not roll like we wanted it to. I told him, no, absolutely, it won't do it. It's not going to work. And I was adamant. I was pretty like, you can go ahead and do it. Like, fine, man, like go ahead, but it's not going to work based on physics. And he was like, that's cute, Eric, but I'll get it to work, whatever, I'll do it. And he made it and proved me wrong. And so I there was never an instance where I could line in the sand and we're not doing this, but that's kind of the thing that I can think of, that we were kind of like, this is not going to work.
Well, that's true collaboration, though, right? If you guys always agree on everything, am I still a robot?
Yeah.
Oh, it breaks my heart. All right, hold on. Let's try something.
Bob, I appreciate the segue. I'm not done with the intro yet. We're going longer on the intro tonight. But we'll get there. The segue is coming. It's coming. Probably when Tim gets back. So all right, one more Keybee question. I know I've asked it before, but for those that aren't aware, how did the name Keybee Games come to fruition?
Do you want to take that one, Nick, or do you want me to?
I mean, you live there, so
yeah, that's true. That is very true. So
spoiler alert.
The headquarters, Keybee headquarters, as Mike referenced earlier, is mine and Alicia's house. We live on a street That's spelled Kebbbe. Technically, it's pronounced Keb or Kebbie, but nobody ever says that. Everyone always called it Keybee. So it kind of stuck that way. And when we were figuring out who we were going to want to be, it was in this basement, and that's kind of where it sprang from. Was that cute kind of nickname for our street corner? So,
Am I still a robot?
You are, yes.
Yeah.
Damn it! Right.
I wonder if it's a mic thing. It's possible, but I don't know. I remember you telling that story, at least on a previous stream. I don't remember which one exactly. So I made the joke to you on the way to your house that I may be late because I was going to have to take a picture by the semi-world famous street sign that is the namesake for Keybee Games, which I did. So this exists.
That's awesome.
So I have been to the venue of KeebeeCon, and hopefully I'll make it while there's actually a KeebeeCon going on. So.
Yeah,
We'd love to have you.
Good to see you, Chris. Bob is the only one in his neighborhood without power because of the roofing company. I would pay to see that, Alicia.
Yeah.
That is, actually a whole episode where Tim's here, but he can't talk.
Oh,
That's
torture. That is pure torture.
God. For him, maybe, but man, that's fantastic.
I'm afraid to talk.
and it wasn't a burp.
Did it work?
Yeah, we're good.
It seems to.
Holy smokes. Okay, so I just closed the 47 apps that were open on my phone because I'm a Gen Xer.
Done it, yeah.
And my wife's always like, close your stuff, you're blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, don't tell me how to live my life, and well, she was right. Don't tell her.
And one of those was Star Realms, and 36 of them were OnlyFans tabs, but I get it.
Hold on.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Does it matter if they were all Bob's?
Yeah,
that still just counts as one. I just keep opening it. I'm trying to help him out. He can't pay his power bill. I'm trying to help a brother out, man. I love that dude. I gotta, boost him up.
Yeah, that's why I always gotta like our videos after editing it. Gotta get that little bump.
Get that one bump.
So we do have a topic which you guys picked, which I think after 30 minutes is probably good enough time to get into it. Bob, our typical segue guy, said he's been thinking about buying some banners and merch to promote a thing he's doing, and wondered if we knew where to find something like that. Now that is a really good question, Bob.
I don't know if ethically Tony could make an OnlyFans banner though. Not one of Bob's. Ethically, that might be an issue.
But also, I think Dave said it a lot better earlier when he asked if we have any recommendations for someone to make banners. And
Dave is a pro.
And to which we certainly do.
Get your games noticed with help from Lawhorn Design. Eye-catching backdrops, banners, table covers, signage, and much, much more. All shipped directly to you or your next big show. Fast, reliable rush orders are always available to keep you prepared and professional. Contact Lawhorn Design today for all your creative marketing, branding, website, and event display needs.
2 segues tonight. How about that?
Listen
also, our wonderful sponsor, Tony Lawhorn, who also has a game that will be published by 3rd World Studios and should be available at Gen Con. Cattywampus, another one to check out. At 3WS.
Actually, I think the pre-order site is going to have a bundle for the 2 of them. So Relative Space and Cattywampus together, I think you'll get a discount for getting them together.
Just get them both. You're going to enjoy at least one of those games. I'm not going to say which one, but at least one of them. Mike, I don't know if you saw, but did you see Carlos has another banger of a question? And I have a follow-up to that question.
I do. I was going to try to make a bad Cattywampus joke there. All right, draw one person playing Relative Space and the other person draws a person playing Cattywampus. Let's mash those pictures together and see what it looks like.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say draw one person playing Relative Space and another person having fun and see.
You're more fun when your internet's not working.
I love it. So yeah, the
well-
board game rundown bundle. Thank you, Saki. Love you for that, buddy.
Yes. And while you were gone, Alicia also made an incredible suggestion that you should mime your responses, which I think would be fun for everybody.
That's why I told her to
Yeah.
steal second when I came back on. I was trying to signal that immediately. So Carlos had a great question.
Ooh.
And
Is
then
there a difference between a co-designer and a developer in your mind? And does the industry make that clear enough? I think it definitely does, but I'll defer to the designers.
But I want to throw this at Nick. Is the other side of this is what's it like when Eric always insists on being listed as designer and you as developer, and why is that a problem? He's not listening. Don't worry. Like, please talk freely.
Yeah, he has made it absolutely clear that he wants his name always first in all the designs, and then
he's like, "Oh, it's alphabetical. It's alphabetical."
No, but
sorry, no, not true. I mean, it is alphabetical, but yeah,
it is. But yeah, I think there is a difference in the role of where the design has originated from, and then someone coming from an outside perspective, and then working out the kinks in that while keeping the original designs, the heart of the original design there. But I will say there are times in games where when you're co-designing, that the bulk of the idea originates from one person, and then the other person plays kind of developer alongside of that in that role. And so I think in co-designing there is sometimes a kind of a fluidity between traditional designer and developer in there. But I agree with Mike that I think the industry makes the relationship or the roles of designer and developer pretty clear. I mean, you really rarely, I don't even think you ever see a developer on like the box usually is in a rule book. And so
now they make it clear, but is that right? Like, so
right. Yeah.
Again, jokes aside, right? If you guys are working on a game and the way that you do it is so ego free, which is a big deal for Eric. But but you guys genuinely like put, you pour a lot into it, and maybe Eric was the driving force, or maybe Alicia is the driving force, maybe you're the driving force, right? But you're gonna just throw that Keybee stamp on it, so I think it's important, and one of the things you guys do really well is, maybe relative space, like the initial thought might have been Nick's idea. I'm just making shit up.
Right.
But then, like, no, Eric came in, or Alicia came in, or Brandon came in, somebody else came in and was like, but it should be like this, and it should be like this. It doesn't take away, but it only adds. And you guys do such a good job of, like, as a team, you all are just adding. It's not there's no negativity to it, right? It's all just, we're all contributing.
Right.
And to kudos to y'all for just having no ego about it. Like, hey, we just did this, like, I might have thought of this, but it would not have been, it would not be where it is if it weren't for this person, and this person, and all their contributions. And that's why Board Game Rundown needs a co-design on. Just kidding. Not true at all. But no, I love that about you guys. And again, just another great thing, with and really makes you guys unique.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I think Nick really hit the nail on the head there with the whole I think it comes down to ideation. So, like, who's the protector of the idea? Who has, and maybe it was an original idea by somebody else. They brought the other person in, and now you're both the protector of the idea. But, like, this is what I see for this game, and then everything else development wise is, what if we did this? But it comes back to that person saying, no, that does not get to the fun of what I was thinking of, or yes, it does. And it kind of is that, for lack of better term, gatekeeper to say, yes, we're incorporating this. No, we're not incorporating that. Because like you may get, like, for lack of better terms, even as a single designer, you may get an incredible piece of feedback from a playtester. That doesn't necessarily mean that that single playtester now needs a co-design name.
Exactly right. Exactly
and so
right.
it's you are the person who's protector of the idea and implementing those changes, and do so in a way that's in the best interest of that game. So yeah, it is kind of loosey-goosey a little bit, but I do think the industry does a pretty good job. And I think being on this side of the curtain, being a designer myself, I think it's even more clear who's a developer and who's a designer. I think the distinction is even more evident for being on this side rather than just being a consumer.
Well, and again, though, it's really important that you guys have the relationship that you do, because then you can approach it the way that you do and deal with it the way that you do without having hurt feelings. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
that was really important to us when we started Keybee Games. Is we said, like, no game design is going to get between mine and Nick friendship. Like that's at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. So
yes. And I've always, I mean, Mike, we've said a similar thing about the show, right? Like we cannot let like show stuff ever your friendship and Bob sometimes is friendship is way more important than the show. And it's a very similar, sort of thing,
Yep, absolutely. Definitely want to make sure we hit up the 3WS trifecta by giving the Digging for Dino shout out there. All three designers of those games on the show, in the chat. Pick them all up at Gen Con this summer.
And if you ever want to feel like a classless hack, hang out with Andrew Styles. Like, that dude is so elegant. He's so classy. He's so knowledgeable and such a wonderful human being that you will feel like absolute garbage person when you go home and like reflect, like, what have I been doing with my life? I can't think of a higher compliment to give somebody.
That's true. All class except for the fact that he's a Detroit fan, and you know what they say about them.
Well, I tend to like winners.
Only nice things.
Except for the Bears and the Cubs and the Bulls. Well, never mind. I don't like winners.
Clearly.
God damn it. I love Andrew too. They're so good. Oh, wait. What do we have to ask Alicia? Make a dog and pony show.
Learned a little bit about this backstory of a game that totally changed theme after being started as a dog and pony show game.
Yeah, Subs. Yeah, the game that Mike played on Monday.
I'm just gonna say it's my new favorite Keybee Games game. So, it was, Tim.
Low bar.
Relative space is just the tip of the iceberg.
I think the man responsible for helping sign that game would also agree with you, Mike. I think Subs is Googs' favorite design of ours.
Oh, sweet.
Really good. Yeah, it's a no-brainer, Tim. If you like mythical dice, which we all do, it'll be a home run.
Know the answer to that. Yeah, you already know the answer to that.
But yeah, it started as a mini game for a game we were designing based off a request Alicia had for a dog and pony show, and we're like, yeah, we don't like this a whole other aspect of the game. Well, let's just make the mini game the game, and that's how it came to be.
Yep.
I don't really want to talk about it because I'm mad that Mike got to hang out with you on your home turf. So it's already kind of like taking it down a peg. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, can we quote that for the box?
It's fine.
We love that.
Can you use this picture of me?
Yeah,
it's okay.
Perfect. That'll go great with our other friend Andrew's quote about the game. It's not a game for me. He said that about it. So I was like, we'll put your "it's fine" and "it's not a game for me" right on the box.
Yeah. Perfect.
I'm sure somebody likes this.
Right. We can't all be.
That's what my mother said about me.
Greatest game of all time, greatest card game of all time on the front. So
that's true. Well, not everything can be Flip 7. So I did just teach my coworkers that. Real quick, like side tangent. We at work changed our hours sort of unexpectedly because of corporate reasons, and so like now that we're open a half an hour later. Nobody knows that we're open, so it's really dead. And so my coworkers, whom I love, right, and my inside sales employees, they're all kind of sitting around bored yesterday. I'm like, all right, guys, we're playing a game, and I bought an extra copy of Flip 7 just to keep in my office, and so I brought out Flip 7, and we started playing it, and the last 30 minutes of work went so fast. Everybody, like the four of us, are yelling at each other. We're screaming. We're having a great time. So it may be the greatest card game ever made until I play whatever crap Keybee puts out, and I gotta say that's really good. But no, I mean that again, testament to the power of board games.
Yeah.
Hey, like we're all just having a good time. We're bonding.
I love
Yeah, good stuff. Crap, Mike, does this mean I got to go first on the topic?
It does.
Since Hoop's not here?
So it does mean that, yes. So I think at this point, we're definitely okay jumping into this topic. I think it's pretty clear why the guys picked co-designed games. I will be interested to see what themes or the reasoning behind your picks. So I guess why don't we just have you guys do that on your pick, because I want to get this thing rolling and I want to get Carlos's question answered, which is, do you think co-design leads to more balanced games because there's always someone to push back on a bad idea?
And then we want to, Nick, when we get to you, I want to hear about all of Eric's really bad ideas.
Yeah.
Alicia, also feel free to chime in.
You don't have time, Tim. You do not have time.
Hey, we're gonna push the Googs record for the longest show. Oh crap! No, all right. That's a great question, Carlos. Again, Mike challenged him. He's stepping up.
Yeah. Nick, you want to take that one?
Sure. I think especially early on in the iteration process, I think having a co-designer is so helpful in that process of weeding out some of those early ideas when you're really just trying to test what are the bounds of this game, and when you kind of try to start figuring out like where is the fence of this game and where do I want it in a certain direction, it's nice to have someone who you can bounce those things off of, so that you can see them from a different perspective than your own. Oftentimes, I can imagine, I mean, we haven't really done it, but if as a solo designer, you have an idea, you're going to try to create it into some sort of draft so then you can get it in front of other people to play test it and then find those things out. I think having a co-designer, I think that first kind of draft to put out there probably will often be a little bit more balanced, just because you've gotten a little bit of like a play tester with you this whole time to kind of bounce those things back off. So I don't know about, I mean, balanced is kind of all sorts of different words where you can talk about balancing between different things within the game, but I think it leads to a more polished start to a game design than maybe you might have when you're just on your own.
So what I heard is that Andrew is an egotistical maniac because he never co-designed anything and only ever
That's
solo designed. Well, I know he designed
Garden Club co-designed, and then Dino Scores is co-designed.
Hold on, listen. I love Andrew, and I want to stab him in the.
He just wants to, jab
down and punch up.
Yeah, I want to punch up. That is for sure. And I would need a step ladder to punch up to Andrew's level if I was as tall as Eric. So, yeah, I get it. No, absolutely true. No, Andrew's great. I love what you guys do because again, the no ego, the friendship, the trust, like those relationships are so important. And you guys have to do that and have to have that to be successful the way you are you know, and to have that continued success, right?
Mm.
To know that the people you are co-designing with and working with are, even if they're saying things you don't love, right? We're all working towards the same goal.
Yeah.
You know, that's the important thing, right? We're all looking out for each other's best interest. And I mean, I look at that as a even a friendship thing. You know, sometimes you got to speak the hard truths, and you don't do it to be mean. You do it because you love that person, and you're trying to do something better, right? Create something better. So
I think
yeah.
honestly, I think we benefit from the fact that Relative Space, which now thankfully is coming out and is way more better than it was. But to be honest, we recently wrote a design diary about Relative Space, and upon its initial launch, when we thought we were going to get into the industry and show it off, we crashed and burned and failed pretty hard. We got some pretty harsh feedback. The world shut down on COVID. We got kicked in the teeth and really kind of walked away from it for quite a while, 3 years almost. And so like really having that experience really now makes any sort of feedback like this is great. You hated my game. Awesome. Thank you for telling me you hated it. Like that's even that is valuable. And so having that perspective and being able to get that kind of kick in the teeth now can be seen as, well, what can we take from that? Why did they hate this experience? Why do you as the co-designer hate where this game ended up? Why don't you like this? Because there's been games we've designed that Nick hasn't liked at the start. So it really comes down to just kind of accepting that as all feedback is good feedback, and kind of put us in a position to be able to accept that. Because I can understand where as a friend it'd be harder to hear hard things, but like if you look at it as this is an idea, this isn't something set in concrete, kind of the idea of like kill your babies or whatever they say is the idea, kill your darlings.
You heard it here. Eric is pro-choice.
New dad.
In a way that is just like kill all babies regardless.
As the expression goes, but
yes,
the idea that you can't be
Absolutely.
too attached to anything, and we've kind of almost defaulted to the idea that we're attached to nothing. I still remember a pitch we had where a publisher asked, "Hey, like of this all, like what's essential? What could you get rid of?" And we sat there for 10 minutes telling him nearly everything in the game could be scrapped if he wanted it to be, and I think it surprised him. Because I don't think most people have that perspective.
They don't. And I will just say this as someone that it genuinely like loves and appreciates you guys. Thank you for not giving up. Because I will give you shit all night, but it's because I love you. And it is very easy. It is so easy to just give up. You know, that first obstacle, no matter how much it hurts. But y'all had each other to lean on. Thank you for not giving up. When you
Appreciate that, Tim.
When you hit those things, man, like it's really easy to just fold up shop.
Oh, it sucks.
I'm out. Yeah. But I am really, really grateful you guys did not give up. So good job. Good job for that. Now I will go back to saying horrible things about you.
Please. I was getting a little uncomfortable there.
Yeah, I know, right? Whoa. What happened? All right, Mike. You gonna throw the bumper for number 5? I tried to stretch it out as long as I could.
I am.
Whoa, here comes number 5.
That question though, if I was forced to settle a design dispute with Nick, I wouldn't pick any specific game. It would literally be any game involving dice because I would win because Nick's the worst dice roller in the world.
Hell yeah! Screw you, Nick. You suck.
I've got 3 games for that. One that I think it'd be even for us, and then one that would be an advantage for either. I think I would settle at an even playing field. We'd play Lawyer Up. It was a great head-to-head battle. We're pretty even on our record on that one, and a game we both love, and a good head-to-head battle, and trying to outwit each other. So, but then Eric would beat me in Skull Hollow any day. I don't think I've beaten him once in Skull Hollow, and then I'll take him on in Compile. I don't think Eric has beaten me in Compile. I love my lane battlers. So
it is a game that I am very bad at that I love. Alicia kills me in a Compile.
Listen, Eric, I say that about every game I enjoy playing. Like,
Fair
I
enough.
love this game. I'm terrible at it. Mike knows. He keeps track of the win records. But yeah, that's great. That's great. Love it.
Okay, let's get this thing started. Before your 5, tell us if you got a theme for your pick.
Ooh, okay.
Let's go to number 5.
We're back to the old ways of doing the show where it was an hour before we got to the list. You're welcome. That is my fault. I take responsibility for that. Mike, to answer your question, there is a theme to my list. It has been designed by more than one person.
I was like, I thought we had a theme.
Dang it.
Yeah,
Scrap my list.
Whoopsies. No, but that, I mean, technically that is the theme. I'm just going to go with my number 5 right off the bat, right? Again, one of 2 people that I've had the benefit of getting to know and really appreciate and enjoy their company. After the Empire, designed by Evan Halbert and Ryan Mock. Like, I haven't met Ryan. I've like, you know, we're Facebook friends, so you know we're like basically best friends, you know, and I know everything about him. But Evan, I've had the genuine pleasure of hanging out with, you know, multiple times. Actually, also played Relative Space with him. So despite that experience, Evan and I were still friends. And but no, after the Empire, legitimately really good game. I heard Bob talk about this game for probably years before I had the chance to play it, and then I got to play it with Evan at Origins, and we even played with an unpublished prototype of an expansion for it. And great game, super fun, amazing components. Gray Fox Games, right? Gray Fox published that, I believe, and just, I mean, top-notch production. I cannot wait to see how Relative Space matches the production value on like what After the Empire did with like because you know, After the Empire, if you get the nice version, it's got those 3D, you know, castles that you're building, the table presence that get you to stop and you know, like what are you playing? This is amazing. But the game is legit fun, like a really cool like tower defense game with some economics and, you know, some engine building built in. Really unique, and those guys did a great job, and it's a super cool game, and probably the 5th game I thought of when I was like, what are some amazing co-designs that I played? That's why it's my number 5.
Smart.
Evan, if you're watching, I love you, buddy.
Not yet. You got to give him like another hour.
Oh yeah. He's on Seattle time. He'll show up soon.
Give him a minute.
All right. So that brings it to me, right? We're doing clockwise.
Indeed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So my number 5, I also have a theme to my list. These are games that I thoroughly enjoy and are top of my list that also happen to have more than one designer. I didn't really get into it deeper than that, but I know specifically, I was debating I've got a couple of honorable mentions, but this one made the list specifically, not only because I love it and will always play it if it's suggested, but because I know it will specifically piss Tim off.
Hell yeah,
so
let's go.
It had to be on the list, and it's Dice Throne.
I mean, love your choice.
This is Dice Throne, designed by Nate Chandelier, Manny Tremblay, and Gavin Brown. I own every piece of material that they've put out for Dice Throne, except for the digital that just launched on Tuesday. I don't think I'm going to be backing the digital version, even though that there is a roguelite campaign, which I'm really tempted to jump in on it for that reason alone.
Sounds cool.
But I can get this to the table with almost anybody because it's essentially just battle Yahtzee. I love the different player powers. I love just the introduction of Marvel characters. I'm a huge Marvel fan. The idea that they've really leaned into some of the more thematic elements, like the way Deadpool plays and how you can actually do a rock, paper, scissors match with people at the table with Deadpool.
Agreed.
Santa and Krampus are super fun. So yeah, I love this game. This is one I would never turn down if somebody asked me to play. So, and it's probably the game in my collection other than our designs that we've played the most. I've gotten tons of plays out of this game.
Here's the thing with Dice Throne. I want to love this game.
Yeah, sure.
I want to love it. And actually, I've enjoyed the Marvel versions more than I've enjoyed the fantasy versions.
Sure.
Because I do think that between the Marvel and the X-Men, they have done a really good job of being thematic.
Yeah.
And while I don't love that style of art for my comic book characters, I do think the art is very vibrant and it does draw the eye.
Yeah.
I like my comic book art to look more like comic books.
Sure. I get that.
That amazing art and that amazing color palette is just not comic book art. Yeah. But you're right though, right? Like Deadpool, like way goofy, breaks the fourth wall, like good job. Like they did a very good job of being thematic. Yeah. Mike, get away from those pointy chins. You're going to cut somebody. It's not safe.
I know exactly why Tim doesn't like it, and that's why I always just highlight it every time.
One of the other things I found out while playing it for like the umpteenth time is now the Marvel characters aren't like this because obviously they had to have Marvel's approval on their characters, but the fantasy characters and any of their own like IP, all of them only have 4 fingers, including a thumb. They do not have a pinky. It's really weird. I don't know why they chose to do that, but
yeah, there must be Simpsons fans.
Yeah. Super interesting.
Yeah, Rocky, it's literally just because he hates the pointy chin, so that's why I zoom in every.
Or do they only pay him by the finger? Does he get paid by the finger?
Maybe,
so like
might
be.
with the save on some money.
With the indie version, it's like, look, man, like he charges by the finger, dude. So we're gonna like, and then with Marvel, it's like, well, we're gonna sell more, so I guess we'll pay for that pinky.
Yeah,
but I've enjoyed. I know it's technically a separate game, but I have enjoyed the missions, the Marvel missions version of it, and Dice Throne Adventures. I think all of that's super fun. I love the co-op nature of that. If you're not feeling like doing a battle, the team battle, the 1v1. I've played 3 people where you're all fighting each other at the same time. There's really not a version of the game that I have not enjoyed. So
no, that's great. That's great. I am so happy that there's a game that was co-designed that you love.
I enjoyed Dice Throne, so good pick, Eric.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
Listen, Eric's too tall. I can't recommend.
He had
All right. My number 5. Well, the theme of my list is co-designed games. So
don't break my heart, Nick. Come on, man. Give me a good one.
Alicia said you had well-intentioned lists, so I was queuing you up for.
Dylan's in the chat. Hey, Dylan.
But mine are although I did cheat with one of them, and I'll explain later why. But all of them, I guess the theme would be that they are all pairs. There's no more than 2. So specifically 2 people co-designing them. So. So my number 5 is Age of Atlantis by Daniel and Nick.
This game.
I know.
I love this game so much.
They're lower on my list just because I do try to make it a rule of like if I'm highlighting a game, I would like it to be like available to people. But unfortunately, I am making an exception for these guys. They were one of the first kind of my first foray into the like backing, Kickstarter world of things. I love their aesthetic of stuff.
Oh, you sweet summer child, because this was like 2020, right?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you're a baby.
I am. So I love these guys.
Played this with me at Gen Con. Oh my God, so good. Sorry, please continue.
I will play this at any time.
Yes, sir.
We actually play tested this game when this was in play testing. We played it on TTS and gave them feedback because Nick was an avid backer. He backed their El Dorado game and Windward before this too.
Yeah.
Okay, so spoilers for our top 10 out of our top 100 games of all time. Mike, has our top 10 gone live yet?
Nope, it'll drop before the end of the week, Thursday or Friday.
All I will say then is this is in my top 10 games of all time. And I played this game for the first time last May.
Wow.
I love this game. Nick, please continue. I love this game. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I felt like this is when these two really hit their stride with their games, and really, I think it is the culmination of their company. Unfortunately, COVID really took them out, and was the last bit of El Dorado games. But I think Age of Atlantis just hit the sweet spot of what an El Dorado game is. It's got some Civ aspect to it. It also has like tower defense. It's semi-cooperative in that way because everybody is existing in the same board, but that it has a common enemy is coming from outside of the board and may flood areas that you're building your buildings, and you can share people's buildings by their spots where you can take specific actions. And then what's awesome is you start out as a small civilization, and as time goes on and you get these resources, you can build these mechs and place your workers in these mechs and fly around the board, taking out a lot of these enemies. And it's just such a, Eric and I talk a lot about the arc of games and the story it tells. And it just really, it hits it at the right time. It's a huge climax at the end. What everybody's doing with all of their actions is such a great experience of a game. And my number 5, Age of Atlantis.
It's so memorable. Like that's the thing. I think I remember every instance I've played this game. Like I remember like what happened and playing it. It is such a great pick. And it's got an awesome first player marker.
Yes.
The best. Best for no particular reason.
Yeah.
Components are bonkers. Like if I was a designer and I was working on a prototype and I needed like steal components from a game, I'd steal that thing right there in the middle.
Mike, let me just say, Mike, you are the very first person I've ever heard say that this would be the game. If they're going to take anything from, this would be the one. So Keybee's here. Hopefully they're taking notes, right? Yeah. Like, look, we've got a professional over here. He's dropping bombs on you guys. I'm just saying, listen to the people's mic.
You're pointing the wrong way because you're mirrored.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
He's got mirror camera on, clearly.
No! How dare you make a fool of me again? No, listen to the people's mic. He knows what's up. Just saying.
Okay, I have my number 5. I have multiple reasons for some of these to fit onto my list. My number 5 is one of the very few games that Mr. Dr. Reiner Knizia has co-designed. As we know, he's got over 800 games, over 1,000 if you talk about the ones that I don't know. But either way, he's only co-designed less than 5 to my knowledge.
Wow.
And this is one of my favorite Knizia games, and it is Witchstone. This does not play like a normal Reiner Knizia game, and I think that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it, because
I thought you were going to say that's why you liked it. And bring in Reiner Knizia. He's here tonight.
Hey, I love Knizia games because I like games that I really appreciate games. I talk about this all the time. Sure, I like heavy games too. But if you can give me a simple rule set, but give me a ton to think about, where I'm not worried about thinking about rules, to me, that's more impressive. It's easy to throw a ton of rules at somebody and then give them a ton to think about. But if you got a simple rule set and the game is still crunchy, that's an achievement to me. And that's one thing I think Knizia does very, very well. Witchstone has a bit more going on than a normal Knizia game. I'd argue this is more like a medium game. But basically, you've got these tiles behind your board here, and you're going to pick one to kind of put into your cauldron here. There's an action on each side. As you put them down, you're kind of deciding your action. but as you put additional tiles down, if you can connect action tiles together, those actions become stronger as the game goes on. And I love that little puzzle I'm creating on my own player board here. It's kind of got some track movement, some route building that you're doing around the board. So I like the player interaction that's going on. It just feels unique, and it doesn't feel really like a Reiner Knizia game because it's a point salad. Like, you're constantly scoring points in this game. So I just felt like it was a unique Knizia game, and the fact that he's co-designed so few games out of the thousands that he's designed.
And most of the ones that are listed as co-designs with Knizia are actually just like expansions to Carcassonne or something like that. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, we're gonna name this person as a co-designer because they designed the original thing, and we're throwing on an expansion.
Or there's some that have been reprinted that somebody developed for the reprint that were not necessarily involved in the original design. That's been happening a lot more recently as well. But this one truly was a co-design, and I think it's a great game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So also a very slept on Knizia game. This is not one of those Knizia games I hear talked about very much, and I think it's fantastic.
I'd want to play it, but I was too busy playing Dice Throne. So
his favorite game.
Not when I'm taking a drink, Tim. You can't do that.
My bad, bro. My bad. I'll stop.
My copy is right to my right here with my other Knizia games. So anyway, love Knizia games, and it's a good one. Number 4.
Before I say my number 4, I want to preface this. Matt, I do not Facebook stalk you, but love the new kicks, bro. Anyways. So apropos of not anything I just said a minute ago, about design, Unfathomable has to go up as a co-design because I do believe it had the blessing of the original designer, right? So Unfathomable is a reiteration of Battlestar Galactica, and they did
re-implements it.
They did a really, really good job of like taking all of the great things from Battlestar and streamlining it a little bit. So, you know, this will be the only game where I don't think they were in the same room, you know, like working together on this game, you know, as like a co-design. And I'm prepared to be wrong. Please, if I'm wrong and you see this, comment and let's have you on the show. Let's talk about it. But anyways, I love this game. It's technically a co-design. And yeah, I just wanted to put it on my list because it's a game I love. And I recently was watching somebody was doing a stream on games in their store that didn't sell, like haven't sold in a long time. And I think they said they hadn't sold a copy of Unfathomable in like over 600 days. And that made me very sad. And so when I saw that this was a co-design, I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm going to get out on the mountaintop for a game that I absolutely love and adore and put it on my list, whether or not it actually applies. But it's a great game. It is an affordable version of Battlestar with a great Cthulhu theme, but it still makes sense. And the way that ship moves forward and those deep ones like slide back on the board, super fun, feels very thematic, and they do a great job with this game. So Unfathomable, my number 4.
Couple of comments about this one. Number 1, I don't normally see this like +1 more. I thought that was kind of weird, almost like an anomaly. And then to find out that it's, and I don't want to butcher his name, it's Corey, who's designed loads of games for Fantasy Flight over the years. For him to be the +1 more, I was like, wow, that's That's kind of undervaluing his. I don't
Is
know what
that-
his contribution was, but he's the bigger name out of this tandem here.
Is that the same Corey from Cozy Stickerville?
Ooh, I don't know if that's the same Corey. I will
can
just
find
say
out for you.
that I think that this is one of those
Yes.
things where this was a design house.
He just retired. I just heard he retired from game design altogether. Cozy Stickerville his last game.
But
no,
yeah, I mean, Tim, I don't
more.
know if you realize all the stuff he's been responsible for, but Star
Yeah,
Wars
that's
Rebellion,
crazy.
Corey
Twilight
Knizia?
Imperium, Star Wars Outer Rim. I mean, like
He
heavy hitters.
co-founded Unexpected Games, Nick. So that's why he's got 3,000 Scoundrels.
Yeah, I see that.
The Initiative. Unexpected Games, sorry.
No, what's his? Oh, yeah, no, he's an amazing designer.
So he was the original designer of Battlestar Galactica.
Yes, that is.
That's
correct.
probably why he's the one more.
That is correct. That is correct.
Yeah,
and I think he got credit because, and rightfully so. They, yeah, but I don't know how you really say his name, but I always said Corey Knizia.
So when they redesign Relative Space in what? So almost 20 years.
Yeah,
it will be plus 2 more.
Yeah, because you're gonna have Eleanor and then whatever
and Noah.
other child that has been born, with that team.
That's too funny. So I've not played Battlestar Galactica or Unfathomable, but I have played Dark Moon, which I've heard is another kind of re-implementation of Battlestar Galactica. Have you played Dark Moon?
Excellent game. BSG Express. It's even more fun when you watch Mike in front of the designer of the game just totally detonate his strategy and get mad and walk away.
Not entirely true. Evan Derrick was in the room, and Wes did go ask him a rules clarification, but he was not at the table when this happened. I was playing an immaculate and infected game, and I thought it was my turn. It was not. So I revealed, and then, of course, the player to my right says, "Oh, I will now quarantine Mike." Which was Yuval Grinspun, by the way, the designer of How to Save a World.
Name dropping. That's all Mike does on this show. It's like, hey, look at all these famous people that I'm friends with. I've never done that. It's only ever Mike usually. And
feel free to name drop us at any time you want to, Tim.
Well, I would, but I don't want to get banned from polite establishments. Except for Nick. Nick's cool and Alicia's cool. Yeah. It's usually when I get to Eric.
Yeah.
And they're like, the tall one? Yeah. And I'm like, no. And then they're like, he's got to go. So.
Nice.
All right. So my number 4, sticking with games that involve dice and have dice in their names. My next one is Dice Miner by Joshua Bonnet and Nicola Rateski. I did not come about this game when it was on Kickstarter. I did not back this game. I found this 6-7 actually, Matt, by the way. I bought this game at Gen Con's like I don't want to say flea market, I think they call it. It's where like people have their game listed and you can just purchase them based off of like what's on the table. They're trying to get rid of them. And I found it, and it was the Kickstarter edition with the molded mountain, and I was like, I haven't seen this thing anywhere. I've heard great things, and so I picked it up sight unseen. And since then, it's been one of my most played games. Just because,
oh my god, Eric, this game's fantastic.
It's got such great choices in it, but you can teach it to somebody who's not a gamer in like seconds. Because like what Mike was getting at is the idea that your action is you take a die. That's your action. Like that's the only thing you do. Yeah, you can roll a beer die and take 2 of them, but really your actions take a die. Then how do you understand what those dice do? But really, really, really clever game. I love it. Again, another one that I would never refuse to play if somebody asked.
Yeah, no, I absolutely adore this game. It's so good. Super fun and very fast.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good one. I really like how you have to pick from the top. Feels thematic.
Yeah.
You gotta uncover those dice.
Oh,
Yeah.
so Matt played this at the Gathering last year. Matt, are you going to be at the Gathering this year? We're obviously not, but not jealous at all. Hate you for that. No.
Googs is actually the reason that I bought this because he recommended it while we were in the flea
that
market.
bastard. He's terrible. God, he's the worst. He is the worst. Hey, Matt, if you happen to chance upon relatives of mine, I hope they're kind to you and you have a good time. Enjoy your time there. That's amazing. All right, Nick.
All right. Yeah, my number 4 by a husband and wife team, Min and Elwin, is Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Oh, you just took one of Mike's. I could tell. I know you just took one of Mike's.
Yeah, love Lost Ruins of Arnak. It very much is like a race game disguised as like a traditional worker placement with this deck builder component to it, which the deck building part is just kind of this really this game, what I love about it is it feels like you are squeezing out every bit of thing that you can do in order to
it's tight.
It is so tight. And this is something that I'm always trying to do with our games, is always trying to get that tension of feeling tight, because it just feels so clever if you're like, I can just squeeze out just one more little thing, and as you do that, it just keeps piling up, and I love just the progression through the temple is really kind of just such a satisfying experience, trying to get those resources and turning them into new things, and just getting one more resource or one more thing here, and finding those clever combos. So it's got a little bit of the randomness you get with the deck, as well as the cards that show up in the market. And when you're flipping over, and exploring this area. So it really, I think that exploration is mimicked, just finding the
Bless
unknown.
Your heart, Alicia. Thank you for being here.
Really mimics with that mechanic. So it feels very thematic. It's one of the most thematic worker placement games that I've played. I'm not one to be more in the Euro side of things, and this scratches that itch while still feeding my Ameritrash heart of mine. So
hell yeah. No, it's great. It's wonderful when you can have your cake and eat it too.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And great art.
Hot take here. I will say
beautiful.
this is better than Doom Imperium, which they're very, very similar. I will say
Eric,
I will be the person to say it.
Yes, Eric. I'm gonna get struck by lightning because I agreed with you when I go outside. So I may not leave my house for a while. But yes, I agree with you 100%.
Great pick. I love this game. I had a feeling it was going to get mentioned, so I just kind of left it as an honorable mention that might get swapped in if something got stolen. And the fact that this is a husband and wife design team is really cool.
Yeah.
Great pick. I love this game.
If only we knew another husband and wife team that was like worthy of talking about. Most of the time it's like, well, the wife is pretty smart. The husband,
well,
it's like, but she's trying to preserve the marriage, so she's doing her part, and bless her heart. I don't know anybody like that, but I'm just speaking, hypotheticals.
Right.
Someone would relate to that.
Yeah. If anybody out there, any of you poor suffering wives, my own.
Do not highlight that comment, Mike.
All right, Mike, what do you got?
I won't. All right, my number 4. How about brothers that decided to publish and design games together?
Ooh.
I am talking about the Gen brothers from Last Night Games, and this is Panda Royale.
Hell yes.
I love the Gen brothers.
Great
this is a super fun game. Very easy. Can play with anybody. plays 10 people, and this is basically a roll and write where you're trying to get dice to combo off of each other. You're just going to start with one die, and then you're going to start drafting dice and adding an additional die to your pool every round, and all of the dice give you different ways to score. Some of them are just D20s where you score the number on the die. Some of them are doubled. The reds, of course, the most fun way to play is where you take the white numbers, subtract the black numbers, and you take that total and multiply it by the number of red dice you have, which can give you colossal scores or score you in the negative, which is what makes them so fun. It's that risk reward of those red dice that I really enjoy. But this game is just so fun. It's one of those that I'll just play anytime, anywhere, multiple times, drop of the hat with anybody, fits multiple situations. Love me some Panda Royale.
Mike,
Great
this
pick.
is an amazing pick, dude. This is an amazing pick. And I got to tell you, I have, the first time I played this game, I'm like, nah, it was fine. And then somebody wanted to play it again. And I'm like, yeah, I'll play that. And then I was like, oh, actually like this more than I remember. And then I played it again and I'm like, I'm starting to like this game. And then I played it again and I'm like, oh, I really like this game. I got to get it. And then these guys, my sister-in-law is a teacher. I taught her how to play this game after Gen Con last year. She emailed them and was like, hey, I don't know if you do anything for teachers, but, I'd like to get a couple of copies of this game. She was going to buy them, and they sent her several copies of this game for her classroom.
Nice.
And that is
Jake
just
and Jake are so great. I love the two of them. They're such
testament. Like, just shout out to hey, great people, these kids, because, my sister is a teacher, she or in-law, but this is like such a sneaky way to teach math.
Oh yeah.
To kids, and for them to be so generous, Mike, bravo, great pick. And obviously these guys are just awesome, rock stars.
Oh, Tony, I have had several rounds that were over 300 because everybody lets me draft the red dice. And if you have the expansion and you get the pip dice, you can re-roll your reds, and that's even more dangerous.
Yes, but I've also seen people get negative points because of those reds, and it's delicious. Unless it's me, and then it's a horrible thing, and I can't believe that anybody would play that game. But yeah, no, it's a great game. Great pick. Love it.
I'm reviewing some scores here. We had a
Hey, some pretty high scores
497
there.
in our last play. Good God. I know there was one game I had just ridiculous. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
500, 548.
Several people in the 500s. Yeah.
Good Lord. I'm just not playing with Jasmine anymore is apparently what's going on here.
Yeah, just stop playing with Jasmine.
Rocking it. There we go. The 549. I remember I had like all 7s and 8s and all white and like 8 different reds.
Yeah.
That was a ridiculous round. But yeah. Great game.
Good pick.
Oh, new math. Sorry, Matt.
All right, moving on to our number 3.
Okay, so my number 3 is kind of interesting because I like it when people take big swings, right? If you're going to make a game about a group of despicable people and, really try to pitch that, kind of like Black Orchestra, right? Co-op game. You're trying to take down. You're trying to kill Hitler from the inside, right? This is like that. And technically, maybe it shouldn't be on my list because it's not published yet. But who doesn't hate frat boys? And I gotta talk about Greek Week, co-designed, by 2 dudes. One of them is awesome. The other one's just tall. But when you are trying to bring in frat guys, Greek gods into your fraternity, and you're building your frat house, but there's sort of like a give and take with having those Greek gods in there because there's some advantage but there's also like a special form of chaos that they're going to wreak on that house. And you got to find a way to like sort of balance and mitigate that to then work that to your advantage. I know I'm cheating by talking about a game that is not out yet.
You're cheating.
But I did really think about this game when we were talking about co-designs and games that I liked. And then it was funny because we talked about Age of Atlantis earlier.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is perfect. Feeding right into this. But no, like this is a game that like because there's a spatial aspect to it that I really appreciated. And sort of that planning, right? I don't want to call it crisis management because Mike has patented that word, and he gets $1 every time we talk about crisis management.
That's true.
So if we say crisis management enough times, he gets paid. But there's a little bit of that too, right? Because there's pros and cons to that Greek god. But like really the theme, don't tell the guys I said this, but the theme is so clever. And it's like such a fun play on the idea because, right, like Greek, like all the frats, have Greek letters, Greek week, blah, blah, blah. My niece rushed a sorority, just this year of her, of her collegiate career. And, so that's such a thing. But then to take that and actually throw like a little twist of Greek mythology, again, don't tell the dudes that I thought this was really clever, but I thought that was really clever and it was really interesting. And I also thought that like the different gods actually made sense, like the way that they affected those frat houses. And so if somebody can make a game about rushing a frat, like, interesting, like good for you guys. It's basically like, hey, let's be Nazis, but like I'm just kidding.
We had another quote for the boxes on our games.
But no, like seriously though, we played that game at Gen Con on Lucas Oil Field, and I was really like, it's a game that I keep coming back to where like, because they'll go, oh, what game did that? And I'm like, oh, that was Greek Week. And then I'll forget about it for a little while. And then I'll come back to it though. And I'll be like, oh, what game did? Oh no, that was Greek Week. Like, like the way you guys did that and the way that it made sense and thematically, again, reading the cards and like just going, oh, that's really clever. That must have been Nick's idea. Or, oh, this was a really interesting mechanic. That's got to be Alicia's touch in here. But like you guys did such a good job with that. Again, cheating. It's not out yet. But I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that experience, and thought it was very cool the way that whole game worked. So
you're too kind,
hopefully that game sees the light of day, and I get to play it again at some point in time.
We'd love to have you play it again. It's even more different than the last time you played it. We've put a lot of work into that game. It's probably, unless Nick corrects me, it's probably the game that's had the most like tumultuous journey, I guess is the best way to say it. Like it from where it started to where it has ended, it has had the most changes by far. But we're really proud of where it's at now. So we'll very much appreciate you saying that.
No, it's really unique, and like it's one thing to design a game like lighter games, and that's a skill, right? Like when I got to, I'm gonna pull a mic here and name drop. When I got to talk to Eric Lang, like his dream was to design an evergreen like game that you could like buy at Target, right?
Sure.
And that's great. To just have that game that anybody can buy and pick up and their eyes aren't going to roll in the back of the head when they look at a rule book,
right.
kind of thing. But you guys, my experience with you guys is the other way. And that's not necessarily representative of your journey, right? But I played probably one of your lightest games first.
Yeah.
And then to see like something that's a little crunchier, not overwhelming or anything, but like crunchier and heavier, more choices and stuff like that. To see the other side of that, it's like, oh yeah, like, okay, so they're not just like a one-trick pony, right? They got like Eric's a party guy, right? He's always partying, so it's like, oh, it's just gonna be party games with these guys the whole time. No, like actually, Nick's like, hey, lay off the Quaaludes. Like we got to actually design heavier games here. But to see sort of the breadth and the capability of design and stuff there, like to me, that just kind of showed some of that, and I really enjoyed that. And now you can tell me that I called the game the wrong name and I remembered it wrong, but I really did appreciate that and thought it was super fun, and was glad you guys gave us a chance to play that at Gen Con last year.
Super appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
We were glad to show it to you.
Also, Alicia, just for your sake, Eric sucks, Nick's pretty cool, and you're the best, and you have the cutest baby. So, but Eric had nothing to do with that.
I know. That's all her.
And Matt, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. That is a Gen X joke.
All right. So my number 3 is a game. Again, I kind of had, I guess my bottom 3 are all games that I could play with anybody. So this one stands the test of time with that one too. And it is Wandering Towers by
I want to play this
Kramer and Michael Kiesling. Again, this is one I could show to my parents, which is if you know my parents, that's saying something because I can barely show them Relative Space. It is a game where you are hiding wizards underneath towers, trying to get them to the Raven Keep, which is like the master tower. You're trying to get all of your wizards in first, and you're also trying to use up all of your potions, and then the first player to do that wins. Only caveat being that when a wizard enters Raven Keep, the Raven Keep moves clockwise. Everyone else is moving their wizards, but they're also moving the towers that the wizards are standing on. So you can stack towers. You can take towers off of towers and put them on other towers. You can take towers and put them on freestanding wizards on the ground. And it becomes a mad scramble of memorizing where you think your wizard are, being fully convinced they're under tower number 2, and moving that tower and realizing you've totally screwed up your turn because your wizard is in fact not there, even though you've been staring at it since your last turn. It is
oh my
incredible. God. The best is when you have something else going on and like, oh, you stand up to go get food and somebody else has taken their turn, because now you really have no hope as to understanding where anything is at. But yes, Alicia's talking about the 3D printed. So Etsy sells some 3D printed towers that are like super cool.
So Eric, design a good game so you can make some money and buy your poor wife
we're trying.
A nice version of this
2026
game.
is our year, Tim.
It's coming, buddy. It's coming. I feel
it. It is super unique. I have played maybe 4 of the magic spells that you can use. So those circular tiles in the center of the ring are the spells that you get to cast with your potions. They do different things, and the base of the game tells you use these 2 because it's the easiest 2 to understand. For the most part, I've only used those. I think I've switched it up a couple of times with some people who are familiar with the game. But I really haven't even cracked into some of the more complicated ones just because the game plays so well. And it's got a lot of variety. You play 2 cards on your turn, and I think you have a hand of 3 and you play 2 as what you do on your turn. And some of them will allow you to roll a dice to try and get lucky. It is such a great table presence. People always ask, what are you playing? It plays a huge number too. I think it plays up to like 8 people, maybe only 6, but it plays a lot of people. The only thing I dislike about the game, and this is such a minor gripe, but the only thing I dislike is there are only certain colors you can use at certain player counts. So there are only, when you play with higher player counts, you have less wizards. And so like orange can't be used with any player count. You have to wait till you have like 4 or 5 people to be able to use orange. And then like some of the other colors have even less. And like, I want to be able to use any color I want to, but such a minor gripe. But the game is super cool. Capstone published it really, really well. The designers did a great job on this. Really looking forward to picking up the expansion. I think it just came out called Magic Tower to add to this, because this is a game that, again, will always get to the table.
So let me say to Ginger real quick, because I know Ginger. If you 3D print an extra set, let me know. I'll pay you for them and bring them to Gen Con. because I will taunt Eric with them.
You won't be
and then I will-
taunting me. You'll be taunting Alicia. So that's a
No,
losing
I will
bargain.
never do that to her. I will give her those
Okay.
items. I will never do that to her. But I'll tell you what, I will give you a copy of Relative Space in exchange
Ooh, that's a good
for
deal.
some 3D towers. On the rule that Eric is not allowed to enjoy the game while he plays it with those towers.
Can only play the cardboard version.
Yeah, I don't want Eric. Well, or he can play and just be miserable. Like, I want to see a sad picture of Eric, like, around the nice 3D printed towers.
Yeah.
I have been dying to play this game. I've heard about it for ages, and like the more that you like that I hear about it, right? Like you're talking about it, I'm like, holy shit, I need to play this game. This is amazing.
Well, it's really a game that encourages, which I really love. It's when we've been designing some of ours. One of the things I try to keep in mind is the idea that even if you aren't doing anything on somebody else's turn, if the game encourages you to talk to other players and encourage them to do something, that's also interaction, even if they aren't taking physical actions in the game. And so the idea, this game is so good at that. It's like, oh yeah, move that tower. Your guy's underneath that one. Like I remember he's there. Really just revealing your own wizard, like being really sly about it. It really does encourage that kind of shenanigans. And I just love it for it. It is so much fun.
No, that's great. That's absolutely great. I cannot wait to play this game. I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, you're going to be at Origins, right?
Yeah, I'll be there.
I can bring my copy.
Yeah, please do. And then I will ask Nick to play it with me while you're at lunch.
That's all right. You can play it with Nick while I'm pitching our games.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you go do work. Please do something for a change, Eric. Go do something. Let me play with the real talent.
Yeah.
I'll play with Nick and Alicia, like the real brains behind the thing. No, that's great. I would love to play this with you guys. Okay. And I'm gonna talk to Ginger. And seriously, if I can get you guys some nice 3D printed towers, please let me do that for you.
That'd be cool.
Because yeah, that's awesome. I love it.
All right. Well, my number 3. This is the one where I cheated on my 2 rule, and there are 3 designers on this, but it has the reason why I cheated is because I didn't want to reuse this a game that I the last time we were on put as my number 1 of that list. And this game is Witchcraft. It is by Trevor Benjamin and David Thompson, and then they also worked with Roger Tankersley on this one. It is a solo game where you are in a sort of like historical fiction world of like Salem around the witch trials, in that there are actual witches and actual evil around the town. And you, as the witches, are trying to protect this town from the evil that is trying to attack it. And what's really neat about these cards, it's a redo of their earlier game called Resist, and it adds a few mechanics in it. But the main mechanic is that you have 2 sides of the card that you are trying to that you have available to use to you. One side, a less powerful effect. The other side, a more powerful effect, but it's a one-time use. So you have this deck builder that you're playing against the game, trying to achieve certain objectives throughout this game, and trying to see how far you get. Really, it is a very difficult game. One that really you're not ever going to feel like you're on top of things. You're always going to be feeling, against and trying to squeak out a win here and a win here, and trying to figure out where you can take your lumps and keep going. So what's really neat is you kind of reveal yourself as a witch and perform sort of powerful magic, and then they're kind of caught by the town and exiled, and so you have to kind of figure out risk and reward for these big moments. So it's a really, really neat theme. a fun solo game, and yeah, my number 3, Witchcraft.
I have not played this, but I don't play a whole lot of solo games at all. But I really like the look of this one. The aesthetic is really nice.
Yeah, both Resist and Witchcraft, they I think are by the same artist, and yeah, just really, really, I mean, beautiful artwork, and yeah, I love the
For
kind of
sure.
emerging story that comes from it.
Yeah, it's striking.
This sounds cool. I like this theme.
Yeah, it's neat. It's real hard though. Yeah, you definitely never feel like you have enough resources. And what I love about this one is that it's families that are within it that have some synergy, and so you'll try to recruit other family members. They have all the kind of same surnames, and they have sort of a theme of what abilities that they have. So just adds even more to the story as you're seeing kind of this lived in town with different families trying to kind of undercover help and save the town while they're being hunted, by these town leaders and trying to exile them for their witch powers. So yeah,
Nice.
it's neat.
Awesome.
I love it. Also,
I didn't realize they made it a digital game. Tony mentioned that.
So
I'll have
while
to check that out.
Keybee is also pro murder, they're also pro Satan. Good job, guys. Don't quote that. Nick, I couldn't just be mean to Eric all night.
Yeah, no,
I had to spread it out a little.
You please.
Yes, good point. Good point. I will say I've been to the town of Salem, and I actually thought it would probably be a pretty cool experience because of the history and everything. Don't recommend it. It's if Hot Topic had its own town, it would be Salem.
It's too kitschy.
It's like they're like, okay, well, we've got this, witchcraft history. How can we capitalize on that? You get a whole bunch of people that open up their small business, little like privately owned Hot Topics is basically what it is. Hey, we've got tarot cards and we've got incense and we've got witch gear. That's the entire town. There you go. You've been to Salem now. Anyway, I like the history is cool, but very underwhelming town. Anywho. Okay, so continuing my having a different reason for all of these. This is a very unlikely co-design team, and I believe this is a theory, I could be wrong, is because the originals designer designed a game and the publisher probably said, how can we make this a really good two-player game? Well, let's get Bruno Cathala, who has designed some of the greatest two-player games of all time, and have him develop Splendor Duel. That's my theory. I could be wrong, but I believe that's how this came to be. This is one of my favorite two-player games of all time. I always really enjoyed Splendor. I've played it a lot, over 50 plays, not even including the app version, which I've played I don't know how many times. But most of my plays have been two-player. And then I played this and I'm like, I don't know if I'll ever play Splendor again because this is better in every single way. They really just made a fantastic two-player game out of what's just a basic engine building game. But some of the things that they added is, when you take those chips, they have to be adjacent on this board. And then when you turn them in to complete the cards, they go into a bag. So they're not readily available. You now have to take an action to refill the board from the chips that are in the bag. And it adds this new timing mechanic that I think is just genius in Splendor Duel. You're always trying to almost sort of avoid refilling that bag because when you do it, the other player gets one of those privilege scrolls, which allows you to take a chip before you take your turn. And those can be really powerful. Those can be the difference in completing a card or having to take another turn to complete a card. And every turn, it's kind of like, it's that race to score enough points to win. And one turn is very important. But I love this game, and to me, it felt like an improbable co-design team. And again, I believe it's because Space Cowboy said, "Well, how do we make this a great two-player game? Let's get Bruno Cathala on board." That's
I mean, literally, Mike was sitting in the boardroom when they made that decision, and
yeah.
So he's speaking like it's vague, and he wasn't there, but he was legit there, and he's like, "You guys made the right choice. I don't have to kill everyone in this room."
Yeah, so. I was underselling my involvement, Tim, but just to be clear, they asked me how to make this a great two-player game. And I'm like, well, I got Bruno Cathala on speed dial, and I never name dropped. So.
They're like, we're talking about reaching out to this Keybee games, and you're like, no, they suck. They're trash. Like, we need good designers here. So preferably anybody under 5'6". I have no idea how tall Bruno Cathala is, but like seriously, we just need way shorter people designing games. It's being dominated by tall people. It's disgusting.
But yeah,
job,
I didn't give Marc-Andre the credit he deserves for being the original designer.
No, he's too tall
of Splendor. But
tall.
He was the original designer, and of course, I'm sure had a lot to do with Splendor Do as well. But that Seven Wonders duel really took off, and so why not have him help design? So,
yeah.
All right, we got two more. Time for number 2.
So this one is not cheating because this game is out now. Everybody's heard us talk about this game a million times, and I'll talk about it a million more times, but I'm so happy this game is published, it's out, it's real. And unlike our current guests, I know everybody on this team, and I love all of them with all of my heart, as much as I'm legally allowed to love them without a restraining order. And I've got to talk about Fairy Tale Campaign Trail. I just think this is a great game. I love the design team behind this. And actually, it was ironically the same Gen Con where I had the unfortunate experience of meeting a dude named Eric, who I guess was just at the con changing light bulbs because he didn't have to get a ladder. But no, yeah, that's what I hear, man. That's what I hear. But I met these guys. I met this crew, Aaron, London, Christina. Like, they're awesome. And this kind of like spun out of like a school project that they had all worked on in college together, and then decided to kind of try to do a game. And I love the people behind this game. We have had so much enjoyment playing this game. I mean, it's a judge mechanic, right? And so those games are going to be very group dependent.
Sure.
But I take it as a personal mission when I'm playing this kind of game, especially with people I don't know. Like, I'm going to push boundaries, and I'm going to make people like get involved.
No.
I know it's weird. I get out of character with these kind of games, but I just it's really fun. This is one of those games that I've really seen people like come out of their shell with, with just kind of knowing like, hey, it's cool to just get a little nuts, get a little wild, like speak up a little, and in the right environment, these kind of games are super fun. And you get the right crew. And this was, again, like, I met these people at Origins. It was London and Christina, like, specifically. And they were running a demo later in the day. Our booth had closed, and I was able to go over. And I was like, where you guys at? I'm going to find you. So I went over, but I was already kind of losing my voice. So it was, like, super raspy. And you get like you're running for like governor of a fantasy town, right? Like, and so that's the idea. And so you get a card that tells you basically how you have to pitch, and then like what the problem is you're arguing, about, right? Like what you're doing. I forget what my thing was, but I forget what the problem was, but it might have been an interdimensional traveler is trying to reach you about your extended car warranty. I think was the issue.
That's a legit card in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a fairy tale.
And I think my thing was like, I was like a mad scientist, right?
Sure.
So like I have to pitch this as a mad scientist. So this was the first time that I played this game, and I asked them because I saw my card, and I'm like, okay, like, am I allowed to get up from the table? And they're like, I guess. So I get up and I take like 5 steps away, and when it's my turn, I come running in, and I'm like, Marty, the future, somebody from the future is trying to reach us about our extended. And my voice was already like really raspy, so like, in my brain, I sounded exactly like Doc Brown. Yeah. I'm sure I sounded just like I just did and nothing like Doc Brown, but like in my head, I sounded perfect.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
But like it took everybody like aback, like what's happening? But to be able to just sort of get into a game and do something kind of nuts with it, and then everybody else immediately elevated, right, to that. So good. And it just made for a great experience. So when you're playing any game and it creates like this formative, sort of experience and this core memory for you, even if you ruined everybody else's night by being a total jackass while you were there, what's important is the self, right? Is you, me specifically. Right. It was such a great formative memory and like just an awesome time. And then I formed this great bond with these guys, mostly girls, but one guy, with these people. And now I have this friendship with them. And but I genuinely love their game and have had a great time playing it with them and going to conventions. And when I see them playing, they're like, Tim, do you want to sit in for a round or two? And I'm like, well, of course. And I immediately find like the quietest person at the table and go after them and then bring them out, and so far it's worked every time. Like it hasn't blown up in my face yet. There's time. Yes. I just love that though, right? Like it's just that interaction and like just watching people loosen up. And this game kind of provides that experience. I love it so much. Like I just want to have fun, right? I'm sitting at a table. I just want to have a good time. And so Fairy Tale Campaign Trail actually out now. So it's a legal pick, unlike Greek Week, which just, avoid until it comes out. Until it comes out. When it comes out, we'll talk about it, I'm sure. But yeah, this is a good game. Really good game. Check it out.
MK from Colorado says, hello from Colorado, but also that he's his wife's an ND grad. We film in South Bend, in case you didn't know. And also, if you watch our top 10, which is going to be out in the next couple days, you'll find After Us squarely in my top 10. It is a fantastic game. Fairy Tale Campaign Trail. So I remember we played this on the stream a few times.
Many times.
There's a card that asks you to debate with an accent. And somebody took a British accent. I believe Christine took an Australian accent because she does an immaculate Steve Irwin. It's incredible.
Awesome. Unreal.
And that is the night, and everybody took the more common accents. That is the night everybody learned that I also do a very good Indian accent.
Not at all offensive or problematic.
No.
And now Mike will do the rest of the show with an Indian accent. No one.
I'll do it if it's requested. That is for certain. But also, I just want to say that the designers of this game reached out and said that they were going to bring our games to us this weekend. So I now expect nothing less out of the Keybee design team when Relative Space is
Hand
ready.
deliver.
See,
Yeah,
that's the
so-
difference there. See, I believe they're publishers. See, but we're not publishers. We don't do any delivery.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. No,
No.
customer service. That's
And
right.
Mike, the difference between you and me is like, yes, please, like, come. I'd love to see you. I'd love this opportunity. Like, you're going to get to bring the game. It's going to be fun. And I big timed him. I'm like, I shall have mine shipped. I don't want to see anybody or have to talk to anybody. I will have mine shipped. But he's the people's Mike for a reason.
Yeah.
That's actually exactly how it went down. He reached
Exactly.
out.
Word for word.
Tim chose to just not respond. So they didn't know what to do. So they shipped this game,
Yeah.
even though they could have brought it and he could have
Nope.
saved them shipping like a
No.
nice friend.
Mm-mm.
And also, while they're here, he hasn't confirmed whether he'll be able to come over to my house where I'm hosting them for the weekend. So
Haven't decided
everything
yet.
he said is 100% true.
Haven't decided yet. I mean, the food might be trash. Why would I show up if the food's going to be trash?
No,
Every
know,
time I
that's
go to
true.
Mike's house, the food's really good. But this time might be the time where it's trash.
Yeah, every time I host, I make food.
Every time I've gone to Mike's
nobody
house-
likes tacos. So
Every single time I've gone to Mike's house, it's been great. So it's bound that one of these times is going to be absolutely terrible.
And you just
Great
gotta,
perspective to have.
yeah.
It could be this next time. That's why I didn't go to
chili,
Keybee
pulled
Con. I was like, it's probably going to be awesome, but in case it's not, I'm not going.
There you go.
Appreciate
pork.
that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Real quick before Eric's pick, my Indian accent, his name is Hikmat. So
Yeah.
just for the record.
Again,
All right.
not at all problematic.
That's an actual name.
It is for an Indian person.
So before you get into trouble, my number 2, I
you.
have been
Save us
known
all.
to fall to the cult of the new, and this is no different. My number 2 is Layers by Chris Westman and Josh Capel.
Great
I got
pick.
this. I will say this is probably the quickest from Kickstarter to table game I've had in a long time, where not necessarily delivery was pretty fast, but I'm meaning like when I got it in the door to when I got it to the table. I got this to the table. We played it that night. Me and Alicia played it, and I backed this looking at it not only because I think the design is super impressive, but I knew different aspects of the game would resonate with me and Alicia. She's the person I play most games with, so 2-player games are at our table constantly. And so it's got to resonate with her, otherwise it'll never get to the table. And I knew designing the dungeon would be something she loved to do, and then running through the dungeon was going to be something that I love to do. One of the cool things about what they did with this Kickstarter is if you backed the expansion comes with a series of boxes you can unlock as you play. So you're essentially learning more and new mechanisms the more you play in the game. So you start off with a very basic dungeon, and then as you play and you learn how that works, the next time you play, you might get a different monster, you might get a different action you can both take, you might get a new type of thing you can find in the dungeon. Super fun because again, it involves an aspect I really love in game design where you're not only playing the game, you're playing the player. And so the idea of I can place my entrance and my exit wherever I want. Where's Alicia going to think I'm going to play it? Oh, she's going to think I'm going to play it there, but now she's thinking that I'm going to play it there. So now I'm going to play it. There's no way she would ever guess that I'm going to put the exit and the start right next to each other. And so just like that kind of mind game beforehand, and then going through the dungeon and playing cautiously or racing through, trying to find the exit before the other person. This game is everything I love about board games.
So damn good. Mike, we loved playing this game.
Yes. We had a great chance to preview it for the Kickstarter, and I loved this game.
And talk about table presence. It has got a killer table presence. It is, as somebody who is in the process of bringing a 2-player game that's got some serious table presence to life, this is an inspiration. I love what they did with this.
And I've been dying to play this since it shipped.
Dude.
Man.
For real. I just really think it sucks, though, that Eric spent that whole time talking about layers and how good it was and how he didn't like playing games with Nick, and Nick's opinion is trash, and Eric really only likes to just play games with his wife. That's unfortunate, but I mean, he's right, though. Layers is amazing. Hi, Nick. So what's your number 2, sir?
Yeah. My number 2 is a game called Stockpile by Brett Sobel and Seth Van Orden.
Yeah.
Love this game. This game is all about you have insider trading information about a stock market, and so how you gain stocks in the stock market is by everybody will be creating a set of stockpiles. You'll get to put one card face up and one card face down. So you have some sort of insider information in that way too. So you can kind of stack the deck of each of these, and then you do a sort of like hop betting game here. So on each of those calculators that you see, in order to bid the next time, you have to hop over another person until there's one person on every stockpile. So as soon as you are overtaken by someone else, now you're free and you can go ahead and bid on the same one or another one. And so you're trying to estimate the value of each of these stockpiles and trying to figure out, did someone add some like taxes or trading fees in one, or did they add in maybe a stock that's pretty far down, but then you have ways to make it jump back up. And so just all the different ways that you can manipulate and try to guess, and based on how people are selling stocks or buying stocks, you can kind of guess how their information is. And so, I love the interaction of this, the outwitting of each other, as well as trying to predict how these companies will go up and down. Just so fun. It's heartbreaking when your company goes bankrupt, but it is elation when that company stock splits and you just
I love the high highs and the low lows, man.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's my number 2, Stockpile.
Good pick. This is one I haven't played in a long time, but I really enjoy this one. I love economic games. I like bidding. Love the player interaction here. I like any kind of like stock holding game. And I just love seeing older games make lists because I think they don't get talked about enough sometimes. This game also has a really good mobile app that I've played a lot. The AI is a little wonky, but it's still fun. I've played it quite a bit. Good pick. That's a good one.
Oh yeah. I haven't played it, but I've heard amazing things, and I know Mike loves. Wait, he's that way. Mike loves those kind of games, so it's only a matter of time before when I'm hanging out with that clown, that we eventually get to play it.
Yeah, it's one of those games like we talked about before, where it is such an easy teach, but there is a lot of going on there, and
I mean, it's borderline mass market. And that's kind of the brilliance of it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It is very simple. Okay, I got one that's not very simple, but it is crunchy and very good. And I'm actually not very sure how these guys came to co-design this game. I'll throw that out there. But a co-design list would not be complete if it didn't have at least one game by the Italians on it.
That's true.
I'm only going to talk about one of the Italians because
You know, Nick and Eric
the,
aren't Italian, right?
yes.
Oh, okay, sorry,
Well,
just checking.
I don't know. Well, all right, never mind. We'll come back to that. But I am talking about Nucleum,
Ooh.
co-designed by Simone Luciani and David Turchi. Most of the time, Luciani is known for designing with his other Italian designers. But he designed a game with David Turchi, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just saw the names on the boxes, and I'm like, okay, gotta check this out. And it does not disappoint. This is a great game about you're basically doing some route building and you're trying to deliver your nucleum through power plants by building these routes between your plants and these like different cities here. But I think what drives this game to me is this really interesting action selection system. You've got these tiles that are double sided. Each side has a different action on it, and when you lay it out, you actually get to take both actions on your turn, um, and you continue to take these actions until you want to pass and collect income. Now you might think, okay, well, I could just build my income like way up and then just pass and take a huge income, but it's limited. You can only take income to this line. So even if you had these tracks all the way maxed out, you're still only going to get 10 gold and 4 workers and 8 points. And so it forces you to use as many of your action tokens as you can to get it to those lines where your action mark or your income markers are. But also these action tokens are what you're sacrificing to put out onto the board and build your route. So you're either using them to take your action or you're flipping them over and pulling them out of your action queue and putting them on the board as part of your routes. There's a neat little mechanic where if you can get the same color or same action to touch on these routes, when you build it, you get to run that action again. So it's a unique way of like your engine building an action chain by buying those tiles, but you can take the beginner ones you start the game with, like with deck building, you want to get those out of your deck. Well, you take those basic ones and you lay them out as routes during the game. But I just love the action selection. The route building is interesting. The engine building is really satisfying. I love this game. It is really, really good. And it gets comparisons to Brass. The only similarity is route building. Like that's it. Yeah, you're delivering goods through the routes. There's the similarity. It's over after that. But yeah, really, really good game. You can play this pretty quick. It's a bit of a teach, but to me, it's one of those games I feel like once you've kind of learned it, like you don't really need to relearn it even if you don't play it a while. So I think that's always a good sign.
Yeah.
Lots of different varying in-game goals and yeah, very satisfying to play. Nucleum, my number 2. I still don't know. Again, Luciani usually designs with other Italians. So this was another one that was like my unlikely co-design pair. I mean, it may be possible these guys don't co-design in another game. Who knows?
Yeah. I do know when Turchi's attached to some games like this, sometimes he only designs the solo variant. He's a very good solo designer. So
yes. I don't think that is the case with this one.
Right.
And I will say that I don't actually mean to name drop, but we actually did have Turchi in our Gen Con several years ago before this came out. And he talked about it, and he did mention he did more than just the solo for this.
Nice.
So we have a picture with him, and he's holding the box. I don't know. I'll never forget that. So great game, Nucleum.
That was a great Gen Con.
That was a fantastic Gen Con. I mean, Tim's over here name dropping Eric Lang. So
well, he's no Andrew Styles, but
that's true.
Pretty good.
Yeah. And he doesn't he doesn't run his own convention in his basement either. So.
Also true.
All right, moving on to our number one co-design game.
My number one was really difficult for me. Not because it's like, oh, there's so many or anything like that, but like, I will relate this as a parent. Uh, my kids, like they're growing up, they're listening to music, they love Michael Jackson. You're like, yes, Michael Jackson songs are great. As a person, maybe a little problematic, right? Now we haven't encountered the Cosby Show, right? But if they were to watch it, I'm sure, like me, they would love the Cosby Show. Bill Cosby, problematic. So, co-designers of my number one, problematic. Love the game, not the people. I got to go with relative space. We're talking about one of just, again, kind of like with Fairy Tale Campaign Trail, like an amazing experience that I had at a convention that we still talk about. But I genuinely got to play this game. I was so excited because, and I've told this story before, I'm going to tell it really, really quick again. I was kind of just getting to know West. So I'm kind of hanging out with Wes and I'm playing Evan's prototype. And then Googs finds us while we're playing Evan's prototype. And it's like, hey, man, I'm going to bring out a game that I'm thinking about signing, or I just signed. I don't remember exact words he said. Dude looks like a monster, but I'm still thinking about signing it regardless. And then he's like, are you going to be here? And I'm like, yep, I'll be here. So we're in the same area, and then we start playing the game, and I meet the Rossies. I don't know the Rossies, right? They show up. I meet the Rossies, and then Andrew Styles like fucking walks up, halfway through it. Wes is there. Mike's like, this game sucks. I'm going to bed. And Mike goes to bed. Bob never shows up. But we play this game over and over and over again. And I sat at the table and many times while sitting at the table with actual game designers and known quantities in the industry and in the hobby. And I'm like, what am I doing here? But everybody's throwing out ideas and just like, well, this felt good. This felt bad. Let's try this. Let's try that. And we just kept going, re-rack, play again. And I cannot think of a time where I played a game for hours straight and had an amazing time, not just playing the game and enjoying the game, but it actually enjoyed enjoyed the company too, but it was to feel like an equal, a peer, doing that. And then literally the next day, I just went over to Googs's, I just went over to the 3rd World Studios booth to give Mike a hug and say, hey man, thanks. I had an amazing time. I really appreciate, you including me. But then all of the light gets blocked out because this huge behemoth of a human being like stands next to me. And it was Eric. And it's like, oh, hey, that was my game. And I was like, oh, it sucked. Thanks. It was really terrible. But I had a great time playing it and wrecking it. No, but I mean, what a great time. What an amazing experience. What a great time. It's just a testament, again, to your guys' design process and what you do and how free you are, right? Like I'm gonna make this thing, and this is what I think it should be. We feel like it's okay, we're gonna pass it on, right? And then to let other people get in there and like tinker with it, and to just be so positive and have such a great outlook was really cool. Because I think I even made a comment to Eric, having never met him, and was like, hey, we might have changed a lot of stuff with your game. And Eric's like legit response, big smile on his face because he always has one. And he's like, that's great. Like, you guys had a good time. Like, that's all that matters. Like, I appreciate it. Like, he was so kind. And unlike everything Nick had ever told me about him. So I was really shocked. But it was such a cool experience to be involved in that. I legit love the game, and I'm really happy to see that it's coming out, and honestly cannot wait to because I've seen hints, right? We've seen little things about what Keybee's got going on, and I will always cheerlead and lead the charge for the folks in the hobby that I absolutely love and know that they're amazing people. And I will also always get behind Keybee because they pay us a lot of money. But I just think you guys are great, and really cannot say enough about Relative Space and how formative it legitimately was from like my experience, in the hobby. And I'm so grateful that it's given us these opportunities. It's little things like that. Like it's really easy to take that for granted, right? Like, oh yeah, we played a game all night, one night at Origins, whatever. But to like see, like really look at that game, what a great time we had, and then how it spun off and developed and built all these other relationships. It's so important to me. So even if everybody hates the game, because of the people behind it, person behind it, like I will always be grateful to what Relative Space has done for me in the hobby. But I love you guys, and I really appreciate it. And it was an amazing time. Cannot wait to play a finished, published version of it. And I won't shut up about it when it comes out. I promise you. But that's my legit number one, not pandering.
That's so kind. That's so kind.
Well, thank you.
We call that our Nexus event too. That was it's pretty crazy to have a publisher say, "Hey, I'm going to show this to some people. We'll get back to you." Walking away from that conversation, thinking I might hear in a few weeks, and then having them come back to me the next day saying, "Hey, we played your game till 3 a.m." will forever live in my brain rent free. It will forever be a moment where. And then getting to meet everybody and being able to walk up to the table and be like, "Hey, this is my game you guys played," and just kind of have the reception we had is what stuff dreams are made of. So truly appreciate it, Tim.
Yeah, and I'm going to take all the credit because I got to stand there and watch Googs tell you that we played your game till 3 a.m. I was there for that. I'm going to take all the credit and just say, yeah, what a great experience for me to watch him tell you that. I mean, it's about me at the end of the day. I was really happy for Alicia too. I think it was great for her. But no, like all honesty, like how cool is that, man?
Yeah.
How cool is that? That we get to do this.
Yeah.
And be a part of that. So it's almost as cool as Mike having one of his favorite designers, Turksy, in the booth at Gen Con and talking about a game that he loved on this list. Because Mike wasn't pandering when he did that. Because David Turksy's not watching. But I'm pandering because these guys are here. That's full of shit. Just saying.
No, that's factual. But I mean, you went on long enough that I was able to add some valuable information to the Relative Space BGG page, like a rating, comment.
This game sucks.
Yeah, one in trade, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if you hate like civil liberties, support this game.
Oh goodness!
Please put that with like me, like human rights, whatever. Relative Space.
Oh goodness!
I've crossed the Rubicon. I gotta stop.
Ink and Gold is a good throwback.
That's classic.
Yeah.
That is the first game that I ever had walked into a board game store and was just like, pitch me a game. Like I'm pretty new in the hobby, and I was like, what is a good game that I could play with my family? And he explained to me, the store owner was like, here, check out Ink and Gold. And my family we still play. We break out Ink and Gold.
They did a good job. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a fun game. I will say if you get a chance to play Goats and Goblins from BA Games, it will remind you of Ink and Gold. Yeah, you'll definitely feel some throwbacks there.
All right.
Oh.
My number one.
Listen.
That's right, Tony. Don't you forget.
Wow.
The spotlight's got to come back to
Listen. I guess Tony just got a free month of sponsorships. Not that doesn't correlate with anything else. Just saying, just randomly. I'm sorry. Please continue.
No, you're good. You're good. No apologies.
That's viewer
necessary.
pandering. Go on, Eric.
My number one is the number one on almost every list I can possibly squeeze it onto. It recently replaced the other number one of my all-time favorite game of all time, but only because it's the newer version of said game. And that is Endeavor Deep Sea by Carl DeVoyer and Garrett Gray. Or Jarrett Gray. Phenomenal game. Love what they did with the new theme. Love the componentry and how it's eco-friendly. Love the fact that it could be cooperative or competitive. Just love every aspect of this. I get to move up on tracks every turn. I get to play a game that feels like it should take 3 hours in 45 minutes. Like, it is so fast.
I love that.
It is so crazy how fast this game plays for what you're able to accomplish and how big the game gets by that final turn. Hiring the different people you're working with. The art is gorgeous. Burn Island and Grand Gamers Deal did such a killer job with this game.
My God.
I cannot wait for the expansion. I can't talk it up enough. I get workers, I get tracks. Count me in, man. Those are like two of my favorite things ever. But I love the theme. Like I said, the fact that the game can decompose, all the componentry can decompose and stuff, is it's safe for the environment. That was such a nice touch, especially because you're saving the ocean. I love that those boards that you just brought up, Mike, the fact that like you're playing different scenarios each time you play the game, you can swap those in, so it makes the sameness of everything change. Not that I played Endeavor enough to ever get bored of the different countries when you were doing the Europe like shipping and stuff, but the fact that this is like more modern and has those modern sensibilities, it won the Spiel for a reason. Really, it did. It is tremendous in every sense of the word. I love this game.
Yeah,
this
great
is
pick.
A great game. It's one of those games I instantly want to play again when I'm done.
Yeah.
Every time.
Mike, you need to teach me this game at Indie Spiel in a couple weeks.
Bob's got the only copy in the group. I think that's the only reason I haven't bought it yet.
If you ever find yourself over in Keybee Town, well, I can show it to you. I happen to like it.
I'd rather have a good time.
This game's really good. I really like how those specialists give you a new worker placement spot every single round.
Well, and
there's still so many of them.
Yeah,
there's a lot of them I haven't even used yet, so there's just even more replayability than I've already.
Even the fact that some of them give you extra icons but don't have that worker spot, so it's that intentional choice of I built up to get these really big ones, and then the final ones, which is in the final level of the specialist, not all of them are out every game. So some of them are buried to where it can really change the game state depending on which ones are available to you. It's just such a cool like race to fill those tiles. If you're going to do like the studying or you're trying to fill the different sonar tracks, it is really, really clever.
And a really nice tray that they all come in too.
Yeah.
It's organized really
and it's an easy teach. Like I don't feel like it's super complicated. Like, hey, everything you're going to do is on your board. It's in this list. We all do it simultaneously other than this one turn order stop at the beginning. It really, really, really well done.
That's a real sweet spot, isn't it? When you can find like a kind of a crunchy game, but it plays in an hour and a half, you know, or less. That is an amazing thing.
Yeah. Because my thing is like I'm somebody who loves games like SETI, really long, like bigger games. But like I'm not gonna be able to show SETI to somebody who's not like
you're not
an hour. I could teach you and get through a game of Endeavor Deep Sea in an hour. I can.
That's so good. That's so good.
For what you're getting, it's remarkable.
Yeah. And that's a testament to like good game design too, right?
Yeah.
Because if you can provide that experience, in that amount of time, right? Like, so they don't lose interest.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they really like it, right? If they're a newer gamer and they really like it, and you're like, oh, like, so you thought that was cool. Like, let's play another game, but it's going to add a half hour to the time. They're bought in, you know, because they already know.
Yeah.
But if they're not like that, they're still going to have a great time because it's not that long, you know.
Yeah, they really, you can really tell they knew what to trim. And that's such a hard thing to do with a game because you want to squeeze so much into a design, and there's so much more they could have added that didn't need to be there. It does feel like it is in its simplest form.
And that's got to be really difficult, right? Yeah. Like how do you cut this down and just get the purest version out?
Yeah.
Eric, I'm going to give you bonus points for this, which aren't good for anything, but I'm still giving you bonus points.
I love bonus points.
Not only is this a co-design, it's a co-publish.
Yeah.
Hey-o. I think Eric deserves the pandering banner. I'm just going to say. Because he had layers already, right? Yeah, like, hold on. Sean Jacquemin, like he's just like really sucking up.
Helene,
like,
if Helena's in the chat, we'd love to work with you. Just say, just gonna put it
out. How
there.
many games have you pitched to either Mark Spector or Sean Jacquemin? Like, let's go.
We have a game with Mark Spector.
Man, this would really be pandering if he signed one of their games too. My goodness.
You said you have a game with Spectre?
Yeah, we do have a game.
Oh, I learned that at Grand Con last year when you guys were like handing out $50 bills to publishers. I remember that distinctly. So yeah, I'm glad that worked out. Hopefully he spent that before they realized it was counterfeit. So good job.
All right. Well, my number one is Heat, Pedal to the Metal.
Oh, you got Mike. Look at Mike's smile. Look how sweet that smile. Oh, Mike never smiles
bringing
like
the
that.
heat is what's going on.
Oh, you guys just became best friends.
I love Heat. Heat has taken an interesting journey for me. I love me some racing games. Formula Day was like my first foray into this kind of racing bit of it. And then I got Heat. And then I was like, I don't know. I really enjoy kind of the story of Thunder Road Vendetta. And I was just like, this is just lots of chaos and stuff. And so I was like, do I like that game better than I like Heat? And then I started getting more into BGA, and I kept coming back to Heat. And the simplicity of the engine of Heat is in how I think there's a great skill in someone knowing how to drive your deck and driving those cards really can make the difference on the game. And so it's one of those driving games that I actually feel like as you get better at it, it does feel like driving those corners matter so much. And trying to get yourself, when to take the risk, when not to, and when to take advantage of drafting, slipstreaming behind someone, and when to jump up ahead. It is there are just so many little decisions, whether or not it's just one space or not, that can make or break a race. It really is amazing that just this little deck of cards and you putting in cards and taking cards out with the Heat cards in that little risk and reward. I just love Heat, and I love what they continue to do with it. The expansions in the new maps that they have just little twists that add to it, and it really don't feel like some of these can be so wild, and you're like, I don't want to add an expansion because it's a whole new learning. You could play down any mat and learn the little twist that's on there in just a second, and be ready to go. So my number one, Heat.
Nick, have you played any of the expansions yet?
Yeah, all of them.
Which one do you like the best?
I don't know. I do really like Rocky Road. The newest
Okay.
one
Nice.
it has been a lot of fun, and but I mean the tunnel really every like when they added the chicanes that has been like a really I think that was it's such a clever way because of how crucial each turn is. That adding these close to speed limits that you have to handle, I think that was one of the most like crucial design additions that they've added that really add, whether or not you get stuck in the middle of them or if you can make it all the way through in one turn, I just think is great. So, but every new one they've come out with, I just like better and better.
Great design team. Those guys have designed a Dutch design team that have designed a lot of games together.
Yeah.
I love this game. It is one of my all-time favorites. I have not played any of my expansions yet. I have Tunnel Vision and Heavy Rain. I'm just gonna buy the Rocky Road because I've got to have everything for this game. It is fantastic. I give it a 10 out of 10, and I've played it 25 times. It was legitimately my number one pick for tonight. So you really did take my number one.
Nice work.
Sorry, Mike.
But
Nice.
so
Do not
fantastic
apologize.
pick. You picked Lost Ruins. I easily could have put that on my list as well. So lots of crossover with your list. But to talk about an additional game from another great design team, I'm going to talk about Shards of Infinity.
Hell yes.
Justin Gary and Gary Arant are the team that gave you all of the Ascension games, which are fantastic deck building games. This just happens to be my favorite of the games they've put together. It's really easy to play. It plays fast. And I really love the mastery mechanic. And essentially, this is Battle Royale, the deck building game. You are putting together this deck that allows you to hit the other player, heal your hit points, or bump up your mastery. And there's this card in your deck that's called a Shard Reactor. The higher you get your mastery, the more damage it does. If you can get your mastery to 30, it does infinite damage. So it's a timer. You can kill the other player instantly with it. And it is a legitimate strategy trying to max out that mastery or trying to kill the other person before they're able to max out that mastery. I've played all of the expansions for this. I've played through the different kind of mini campaigns that they've co-op campaigns they've offered for this. It's one of my favorite deck building games. I just think it's beautiful in its simplicity and how fast it plays. A 2-player game, you can play this in like 20-25 minutes. And
Now,
again,
Mike,
it's another game. I'm done. I'm playing again.
Mike, I've got a very important question to ask you because everybody wants to know. I get asked this all the time. When Mike is playing Shards of Infinity and he lost for the first time to somebody because they powered up that shard reactor so fast, and he was really surprised by it. I forget who was that defeated you in Shards of Infinity. I'm pretty sure I heard like
Tim, you're breaking up. You need
am I
to reset your router. Yeah, your router.
Again?
It's acting up
My
again.
bad, dude. My bad, dude. My bad.
Yeah, I went over to Tim's house for his birthday a few years back, and he walloped me at some Shards of Infinity. So, but we don't talk about it. There's an unwritten rule. We don't talk about it, but Tim doesn't listen to rules. So
rules are arbitrary.
Yeah.
Well, what was really fun was that, like, I was rushing this strategy when playing Mike, and I wasn't sure if it was going to work. Luckily it did. Like, come on, it was luck. And Mike was just so flabbergasted. He's like, "Oh my God, I've never seen anybody actually pull that off before." And I now cannot help but be like, well, pretty good.
Well,
Pretty good.
and I can't help kicking you off the stream right now. So,
Oh shit! Not again.
all right, you guys want to quickly recap our top 5 here?
We
Tim,
don't want to do
get
that.
us started.
Okay, fine. All right. My number 5, Evan. I meant to tell you this while you were watching. You're probably gone. After the Empire. My number 4, Unfathomable. My number 3, a game that nobody knows about yet, but you will when it comes out, and that is called Greek Week. Super fun game designed by dudes I don't like. Number 2, opposite of that, super fun game designed by people I do love, Fairy Tale Campaign Trail. And my number 1, because you need to support 3rd World Studios, is Relative Space. But for no other reason other than the game's super fun. No other reason other than that. But I would play any of the games that I just mentioned at the drop of a hat. Happy to do it. Assuming that Eric's not there. Love you guys. That's my list.
All right. My number 5 was Dice Throne, Tim's favorite game. Number 4 was Dice Miner. 3 was Wandering Towers. 2 was Layers. And number 1 is Endeavor Deep Sea.
My top 5 were number 5, Age of Atlantis. Number 4, Lost Ruins of Arnak. Number 3, Witchcraft. Number 2, Stockpile. And my number 1 was Heat, Pedal to the Metal.
I mean, seriously, like all 3 of those last games were.
Yeah. So Nick, good job
Good one.
on 3 out of your 5 being good ones.
Yeah.
What I heard.
to get 5 out of 5
They're all
next
good,
time.
but like 3 of those really speak to me there. So good picks. Number 5 is Witchstone, because there's very few games that Reiner Knizia has co-designed. Panda Royale, the brother design and
Great
publisher team. Splendor Duel. Number 2, Nucleum. And number 1 would have been Heat, Pedal to the Metal, but I picked Shards of Infinity.
So good. Well, let me just say what an awesome time for me, because I got to be horrible to people that I love. But I really appreciate you guys coming on, and I'm sorry Bobby couldn't be here for it, because I know he would have had a good time messing with y'all.
We'll be back. This isn't a one-time deal for sure.
I appreciate that threat, and yes, you will be back, because you guys have a open invitation for sure.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
I will just do a better job of avoiding you next time that you're on.
You know, I actually remember on Monday night, you guys even mentioned how much Nick enjoys Heat.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, you know, I could put this on my list, but I bet Nick is going to put it on his list. The co-design here. So I was kind of like, I already had my alternative for that one. So I know it's getting kind of late, but there were a lot of options I could have put on this list. Do you guys real quick want to go over some honorable mentions?
Yeah, I've got a couple of honorable mentions.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
You want me to go first?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Nick took my Lost Ruins of Arnak. That's off the list.
Rude.
A more recent one. It's not only a co-design, but it's a 2-player game. Another one of those is Logic and Lore. This is by Weird Giraffe Games. It is a logic puzzle 2-player game. I've not played another game like it. Super interesting, where you each have a set of 9 cards. And on your turn, you pick 2 cards up facing the other player, and you get to ask them questions about whether or not they are arranged in the right way, because your goal is to arrange them 1 through 9 before the other player.
Nice.
Super cool. Highly recommend. Love that one. Nick mentioned Skulk Hollow. That's actually a co-design. That's another 2-player game. One player plays a group of warriors, whether you're the foxes or the bears in the sequel Mole Peak, and the other player plays a giant monster. And so with the giant monster is trying to do one goal, the other player is using a whole bunch of small warriors to climb on the monster, which is actually a physical board, and do damage to them to prevent them from having those actions the next round. Super clever, really fun. Love it, because I don't think Nick's ever won yet. So really great. And then this would have made my list only because it is absolutely the most beautiful board game I've ever played. I love the story, but we've not finished the campaign, so I didn't think it was fair to put a game on there that I had not fully played, not finished, and that's Tidal Blades 2 Rise the Unfolders. That's both Tim and Ben Eisner. So love that world. Absolutely love Mr. Cuddington's art. And then the story for that is really, really cool in the world building. I really appreciate. So,
I have a short honorable mention list. One was another design by Kiesling and Kramer that Eric mentioned with Wandering Towers is Pueblo. Really love Pueblo. This interesting building this 3D structure that's constantly being evaluated for player colors, and you're trying to keep your points down and not be seen as going around. It's a really interesting game. Undaunted is another Trevor Benjamin, David Thompson game. Absolutely love that game. The card system combined with the war game is just it's a phenomenal game. And then one of my top games that I love to play all the time, Marvel Champions.
Great game.
Big fan of Marvel Champions. It's interesting because it's been a duo, and then one out of the duo, I think Caleb Grace had stepped away from Marvel Champions, and then now it is another duo of co-designers that are keeping Marvel Champions running. And so those are my honorable mentions for this list.
Nice job. How about you, Mike?
So I just want to say, anytime somebody comes on the show and keeps picking games that I love, and you bring up a game I know nothing about, I'm gonna look into it. So I've never heard of Pueblo.
Oh, really?
I really want to look into this game now. I love when
super
people
clever.
bring up older games. To me, if you bring up a 20-year-old game and you're still talking about it, that staying power really, really means something to me. So I love finding these older games that I've never played. So I will absolutely look into Pueblo.
Yeah, there have been 2 reprints that happened recently, and so I got one is Mojito Games. The score track on that is one of the most horrendous score tracks ever done. Is these little triangle pieces that are fit on basically what would be your thumbnail around this Lazy Susan board. The Lazy Susan board is fantastic for the game, but trying to keep that all together, it should have been just a separate point tracker elsewhere. But if you can ignore that, I really like there.
Is that this?
No,
that's the flat version.
Yeah,
the Lazy Susan one, because the game is based on perspective, so you basically have to kind of constantly look from each side to score how things are shown. But the version Nick's talking about is on a Lazy Susan that spins, so you don't ever have to move.
Yeah, it's like that. Nice. But I'm not seeing the Mojito version of it, even though I think on BGG the cover art that they have on there is the Mojito Games art of it, and so I think this is the original probably. But yeah, it's really neat. You see that little white piece on the border constantly goes around, and then once it hits the corner, it evaluates a whole quarter section of it looking from top down. So you not only are looking at it from the side, but then eventually once it will look over top down. So you're trying to place your pieces in a way that get hidden by other people and not want to get stuck in a spot where it'll be caught from multiple angles, just racking up points for you. So,
well, you've hit Mike on some of his favorite things. First of all, looking down on people, and then second is cultural appropriation.
Tim, Mike's never looked down on me ever.
Well, not you. Nobody can look down on you unless you're sitting or laying prostrate on the ground. That's true. That's true. But otherwise, yes, you are stealing things Mike absolutely adores.
Yes. Also, only looking at things from my own perspective and being
Yeah.
very narrow-minded.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mike is. That's
Yes.
what I love about Mike. He's so narrow-minded. I mean, there is like, look, he is just right, just tunnel vision, right? Like
Yeah.
that's why he loves Heat so much. That one expansion,
Yeah.
though, he'll only
Yeah,
play
yeah.
tunnel vision. He will only play tunnel vision. We thought it was weird, and then we learned a little bit about him, and then we're like, okay, that makes sense.
You just hang out in the tunnels all the time.
That's right.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I was literally pulling this up as you were talking about it. I had to know more about this. So,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I got a couple real quick. I threw 3 Tricky Pigs on my list. That's the co-design between Andrew Styles and Steven Ungaro. Really unique trick-taking game. That's about the little pigs and the big bad wolf. And the lowest card wins the trick because the laziest pig wins when the wolf doesn't show up. But if the wolf shows up, the highest card wins the trick. I love that mechanic. And very unique bidding. Magical Athlete, I have no idea how much Richard Garfield had to do with that game. But he is listed in the credits for the reprint, and it's a lot of fun. How about everything from IV Studios? I mean, that's Austin Robinson and a whole team of designers.
Yeah.
You can pick Veiled Fate, you can pick Fractured Sky, you can pick
Nick
Moonrakers.
doesn't like them at all.
Yeah, take your pick.
I would have put them if they were not 3 people, and they were 2, but or else my list would have been full of them. Yeah,
take your pick.
Yeah,
Veiled
they're
Fate
not watching.
And,
Nick, you can say what you want.
would be my personal picks there. So there you go. That's my honorables.
Yeah, no, those are great. Actually, some of the ones you guys already mentioned would definitely fall into my honorables. I mean, Age of Atlantis. God damn, I love that game. It's so good. Layers, incredible game. But obviously, like I couldn't bring those up when I'm in the same breath as Keybee games. Those are obviously superior co-designs. But no, really fun list and great idea, right? Because it's not only apropos, let's make it about you guys, like we always have to, and come on. But no, I love it when obviously it makes sense, right? You guys come on, you got a topic, and it gives us an opportunity to talk about some games that maybe we don't always talk about. And you know, I love talking to, I really do love talking to people that like come at games from the design aspect, because while Mike and I, you know, we come at it from the gamer side, but like with a little bit of like the critical, like, okay, like what's wrong with this game? You know, like where are the flaws in this? It's really fun though to sit down and talk about games with people that are coming at it from a different angle. You know, you guys have your own experiences, you know, and a sometimes a different approach. So I appreciate y'all's time and coming on with that, and it's always interesting to kind of hear those perspectives. And then it's even better because I'm sure Mike feels super smart for having like all this crossover with the designer tonight. You know, like great job, Mike. I'm really proud of you. Hate that.
I'm sure you feel very proud for pandering to our guest. Yet
listen, I tried. I tried, yet I had no crossover, so I failed. Where Mike is like, oh, geez, I love. You know, I love Endeavor Deep Sea. Oh my God, I love Heat so much. Oh yeah, Lost Ruins of Arnak, like one of my favorite games. Like, okay, we get it, Mike. Calm down.
I mean, literally, you named a bunch of games in my top 20. So what am I supposed to do?
We know.
Oh man, I hate that one.
We know. Oh my God. Yeah, we know. Yeah, you're like didn't know about Nick's list ahead of time before you made that your list back in December. We know. We all know. But despite that, no, it was a great time. I love you guys. Y'all are such good sports. You let me have a good time by playing an idiot tonight. Playing an idiot tonight. But no, y'all are a good hang. I appreciate you. And Nick and Eric, I appreciate you too.
No,
you guys are the best.
Thank you so much for the invite. This is a blast. We love being on here. So
Yeah, much love to you guys. It is a blast hanging out with you, and yeah, we really appreciate the time to get to spend and get to share. These things.
Yeah.
The love we have for this game and the love that we have that it brings people like us together. And yeah, thank you guys.
I've said it a million times, and I will say it a million more. It is why I love board games. I have made so many friends through this hobby. Whether they're designers or just people that love to play games, and I get to sit at a table across from them and have a great time. Playing games.
Yeah,
love this hobby. Mike,
That's a good note to end it on.
yeah, it is.
It's a great hobby.
Yeah, so thank you guys for letting me behave like a jackass tonight. I genuinely love you. Really appreciate y'all.
This is different than you normally behave, Tim.
Well,
Yeah,
fair.
if you like watching people make an ass of themselves, tune in every Wednesday when you watch them make an ass of themselves.
Facts. Absolute facts. Eric, do me a favor. Nick, do not do this. Eric, please give your wonderful wife a hug and your beautiful baby a kiss from me. And just, Nick, you do it. It's going to be weird.
Yeah.
I appreciate the thought, but don't go over there and do that. It'll be weird. Knowing from experience. But no, y'all are the best. Really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Likewise. You'll see.
Can't wait to do it again.
So
hell yeah,
it'll be exciting to see you guys again.
Yeah,
it'll be a good time, man. All right. Well, for the board game rundown, I've been Tim.
I've been Eric.
I've been Nick.
I was Mike.
Hell yes. We will see you guys next week with maybe better guests, but probably not. Thank you so much.
Definitely.
Bye.
Do you like to party?
I do like to party.
I also like to party.
I like to party.
A 7.3.
This is a great party.
Repeating.
We should party more often.
I do like to party.
Okay.
I also like to party. I also like to party.
I like to party. I like to party.
We should party more often.
Okay.
This is a great party.
Okay.